That's right.
Oh,
I am
yes.
Brad Jones, brother of Bjorngard.
I'm Mike Casper, the Emir Caspar,
And this is
the
the
Legions.
Legion's Lair.
Yeah, dude, welcome to the Legion's Lair.
Yeah, welcome to the Legion's Lair. That's right. Ooh, so, fellas, people, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Do you have news, Brad?
I have news for everyone. This has happened before on the show. We've had somebody who couldn't make it. So we had guests tonight who were going to come. They're kind of trapped somewhere in the city, so they really can't be doing the show, obviously. So we will pardon them tonight and maybe bring them back another time. But the show has to go on. I mean, me and Mike can't cancel the show. I mean, come on. So me and Mike thought that it would be a great idea to just do like a Legion's chat type thing, or just bring people on, and whoever wants to come on, if you want to come on, say you want to come on, either in the comments, and we can just bring on, talk Mythics, talk whatever.
So what you're saying, Brad, is the game guys could not make it here tonight for unforeseen circumstances.
Yes.
We're going to do a Legion's chat where whoever wants to come on, everybody comes on, as many people as we can get, and we just talk Legions for a couple hours. Just have
Dusty
fun.
says hit him up. So I think Lauren says I can get 10 people. Now I don't know if it's 10 including us, or if it's
we're included in the.
I think we're included, so we can add 8 people if we need to. Anyone that wants to come on, first 8 people, hit me up. I'll send Dusty your first. I'll send you one. What's this say? First time I actually seeing Mike's nicely shaped head.
Oh.
Yeah, and sometimes it's covered up with a beanie cap. Of course, it's a little warm here in Ohio today, so we are.
The beanie cap is purely functional.
Ooh.
So usually in the summer, you won't see me have it on. Let me go through the chat here. Remember, guys, if you want on the show, we have 8 slots where we are having a Legion's chat show. You come on. There's no direction to this. Whoever wants to talk, we just talk about Legion stuff. We have Brad. Mr. Rob Zamora was first tonight.
Oh, yeah. Rob Zamora first, baby.
He is Spooky Zorro. Okay, we have Jeremy Govier.
Govier, yeah.
Is it Govier?
I think it is Govier. Okay. I could be wrong. Maybe I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Destination Stone, baby.
You know who that is.
Now, they're going to be on the show later on in the year. If we cannot wait.
Look, they're in my red book. Yes. I want to say, aren't they close to Legion's Con? Okay, there's August. Yeah. So we got they're in there. Yeah.
We got Kirby, and he is the Goblin Kirby. I will be getting my Kirby at some point.
Yeah.
Later on in the year, hopefully. Wholesome Warlock. In fact, Wholesome Warlock put an emoji up of titties. So it must be for our titties.
I gotta send this.
Bring it up. It's there. Unless he got rid of it.
Wholesome Warlock, and then let me scroll down.
Legion's Lair official is on. That might be you, dude. We got Guiseque Echevarria. I think I did not do a very good job with that name. There you go. We have Dusty. We have Collectible Fun. We have Elemental Crafting. Let's see.
Hey.
Oh, there's Wholesome Warlock's boobies.
Yes.
You
did good at that. Those are good. Those are good.
Mrs. Brad Jones.
Yeah, I commented and then I realized I messed up.
Okay.
And then I commented again.
And let's see here. Do we have any? Oh, J Mac. We got to get J Mac. J Mac better get on tonight.
Jay, you better get on tonight. You better. I'll send you a link right now, Jay.
Yeah, send him a link right now. We got Chris Durant, baby. So while we're waiting for you to send links out, get people on, I guess I can go through some news. There isn't a whole heck of a lot going on. We had a Figura Obscura drop. Not last Saturday, the Saturday before. And that was Ganesha, which would be the Hindu, I want to say Hindu god elephant. It's an elephant. Oh my, look at that.
Oh, I'm not sharing it, am I? Well, okay. Well, hold on, guys. There's
right down below.
What's up, Dusty?
What's up, fellas?
Yeah.
Y'all hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Perfect.
There's Figura Obscura. Well, so what you guys did you guys get this figure?
I did not. I missed out on the drop.
I got one.
You guys are seeing what I was seeing on my screen, but I always forget you guys can't see. So I'll pull them up here if you can see them here.
Hi.
Oh, here. I guess I can make me big for a second, right? Oh, I got something else to show. Hold up. Ding!
Oh, the torch.
Yeah, the torch is nice.
Yes.
He did that on his own. Of course, obviously. Obviously, it's a cool figure. I did get it. It came a couple days ago. A lot of accessories, which I love. He's a beefy figure. I like brute scale stuff, so I like big stuff. So he is cool. I do like him. Me and Mike talked about how we obviously grew up or were familiar with Ramathor. He's completely different than Ramathor. Ramathor is like, I'll kick your ass. I demand respect. I have a huge sword. He's more of a god type figure, where he can chill out and relax and, shoot.
It's nice to finally have a figure that, I feel represents my body.
Rob.
Not Spooky Zorro.
What's up, guys?
Someone that's of your body style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
representation's nice.
Yeah, the soft goods are great. C. Jessam did a freaking awesome job. I do like accessories, so I love stacking my figures with stuff. Before, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Wholesome Warlock put up the thing about Diego putting up what were the right rings to put on each side of his arm and whatnot. I guess it doesn't really matter.
I think you can put them any way you want to.
Yeah, you could put them any way you want. I was real close to how Diego had them, actually, but I had a few things opposite. The one pieces I actually thought looked bigger. So I felt like that should go around the ankles because the ankles looked like they were bigger. So I just felt like those bigger circles would go for the ankles. That's just what I did. So, but they'll fit anywhere, I feel like. So, yeah.
No, you can just match it up to Trevor's pictures, of course.
And I obviously use Source Horsemen a lot and I use Trevor's pictures a lot. Because I like to get I like to see somebody else's stuff, and if it works and I like it, then I'm going to use it. So, and Trevor's usually spot on. So,
yeah.
If you look at my case, there's probably dozens of Trevor poses or positions that were probably like this that I stole. We steal a lot of things from the Legion's Lounge.
Not much of a poser, are we, Brad?
No, I am. I'd like to say Mike is definitely the poser. Mike can come in and get the figures perfect sometimes. I might even think I have it right, and then Mike will just, if it's just even twisting the arm or or doing something different, just a different angle where it just head tilted a little bit or something. It gives it a little something.
We got 6 more slots here. Did we send
I
this?
haven't even been looking. Let's see.
That's what she said.
I haven't even been looking. Mike had a great right.
I think we need to send Destination Stone.
Let's see. Yeah, anybody else? Come on, there's got to be other
To
people.
get them on.
It feels good to be seen.
How about a Guapo? G, get on here, man.
Durant.
Yeah, I'll send it.
I cannot believe G doesn't want to. What's
yeah?
up?
Anybody? I have. So there's 4. We have 4 more spots. So if you want to come on, I know there's 13 people watching. So Dwayne or G or Chris, or Jay, just let me know and I'll send you a link. Or even Jordan. Come on, Jordan.
What about Jordan?
Jordan probably. Come on. What are you doing, Jordan? Making videos? Like, damn it, I'm making videos.
Playing with his AI machine.
He is. He's good at that. He's very good at that.
What do you guys think of the Figure Obscura line? I was talking to Brad just driving home from work, and I was telling him that I could do with it or do without it. I think for me, Frankenstein clearly is the star of the show. But a lot of the Figure Obscuras, I get them. But for me, like I said, I could do with or without.
I get that. I mean, I feel pretty much the same way. I'm either really hot or cold on all the releases. Like you give me the Headless Horseman, and I'm all the way in. And you give me Egyptian Gods, and it's not something I really need. And I don't customize, so I'm not looking at individual parts and pieces like a lot of our customizers do. But I still appreciate them. I appreciate what they are, what they do for the line.
No doubt.
Yeah, I see a lot of pieces that like Mike said, it's kind of like, it's not a big deal if I don't get them. And the ones that I do get, and the majority of the FOs that I've gotten, I have won in a giveaway. So it's not like I was actively trying to get them. But they always have like good pieces, like good fodder pieces in them that you can't get elsewhere. So
right.
Yeah, they're usually stacked with stuff. So
yeah, big time.
And I think that's full. I think that was fully expected by the Horsemen when they released this line. This is going to be, some of this is going to be for some people, and some of it's going to be for others. I think that's expected in a line like this.
But this one in particular, I didn't pick it. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I didn't. I never go on the day that they drop. I usually wait for the second drop, or like they always do that thing where they wait a week and they do another drop.
Yeah.
It's never like right away kind of pick up for me.
Yeah, I'm obviously weird completionist. I know Mike probably remembers that time where Figure Obscura would come out and we didn't even look at what it was. We're literally just buying it and ordering it before we actually saw it.
If you wanted an all-in early on.
Yeah, so if you wanted that was it. If you wanted the all-in, you pretty much just bought whatever came up. Yeah. Got out of there super quick and then went back to see. I remember even Trevor talking about that. It's like, all right, we bought what we don't know what we saw yet, so let's go back.
I think the big problem for me, why I haven't embraced Figure Obscura like I probably should have. Now, I've got all the figures. They're on my shelf. I got one of each. They're beautiful. But I'm more of the cryptozoology instead of the holiday, the gods, stuff like that, the literature. I'm more of the cryptozoology. And we haven't seen one crypto yet. When they do a Sasquatch, a Yeti, stuff like that,
and I think we're close to that, Mike. I know everyone always talks about how they want a werewolf. Obviously, the crackler, and the cackler, or whatever. What I say, crackler. What I say, crackler. Crackler. I'm like, it's coming. I think that is. I think we could see American Werewolf in Paris or London or something figure obscure wise. I used to question. Oh, go ahead. Oh,
I personally, it's definitely is my least favorite out of the lines, and of course, Mythic will always be my favorite because I love the fantasy more than the sci-fi. Oh, Van doesn't want on.
Van, you want to come on? Come on in, Van. Come on in, you son of a biscuit, you.
Dude, send him a link.
I always felt like I don't know, even with Cosmic, I'm like, dude, you're doing so well with Mythics. Why do you need Cosmic? And then there's Figure Obscura, and it's like, man, you're doing so well with this other stuff. Like, why do you need this? But Figure Obscura, to me, obviously I like it, but it really is, I think, for all the new people. I mean, I just feel like it, and that's how I think they help bring people into the line.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just for the simple fact that every time they release a new one, it always seems to hit that one person that's never heard of it, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my god!"
What's all this other stuff?
Yeah, and then they get sucked in where they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, there was Krampus," Yeah, usually a lot of people are like, Headless Horseman, what?
It's almost like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and they go back like, how did I miss this? Where it's like, yeah, it happens. I mean, that's what I say about Mythics all the time. Like, how did I miss this? Like, how did I not see Gothatropolis or Seventh Kingdom figures? Like, how did I miss Mythics and got in when I did? Because it's just, now that I found it, it's amazing.
Yeah, you're right. It definitely is a gateway for a lot of people into the line.
That's a great word. Yeah.
Get into the line otherwise.
The gateway.
Just like the Motu tributes. In fact, Keltis and Adamon got me into the line. So I'm interested to see where they go with the Motu tributes, because they do get people into the line. So I would love to see them make another Skeletor tribute and another He-Man tribute with new tooling or existing tooling coming up in the future. Right there. That figure right there has eluded me. I cannot get that damn thing, but I am going to at Legion's Con.
The Barbarian?
Yeah, I can't
get it. That's your He-Man tribute right there.
Yeah. My buddy Brian got me one at, where was it? I think it was ZoloCon that just happened. Nice. And I just opened them up like a few days ago. I was trying to hold them like in box because it was kind of like that whole Valiant Night thing where it's like the first of everything. Didn't want to take them out yet. Yeah. But I took him out, and now I'm like, man, I got to get another one, dude, because, he's pretty badass. I like how he has the bare arms. You can take the bracelets off, and you got full-on bare arms. And
yeah, that's cool.
Like, I ended up putting him back in his box, but he's a pretty cool figure, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to, when they put him online, they'll probably put a maybe two limit.
Limit
or something, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that limit.
Yeah.
Dusty, I know at Mesquite Con, obviously the Horsemen were there. You were there.
Yes, sir.
I think we were at the Mythic meetup on Friday, and I think it was Chris Johnson, the one that came up to me and said, "Yeah, I gotta be down in line super early to get that Barbarian figure." And I said, "Oh, they got plenty for everybody, you should be."
No.
And he goes, oh no! I counted the boxes that I seen behind the table. There was 4 boxes, 24 apiece. That's 96 figures. I don't know. There's more than 96 people in this room. And I'm thinking, you're probably right. So then he got me scared a little bit. So I was down there early and obviously got one, and they only did one per person. And I thought, well, I assumed, because I was thinking, boy, I may not be able to get one from Mike, because I just assumed that I would get one and then go back in line and get one from Mike.
Yeah.
But they were sold out within the hour. So I don't even think it went through the whole line. So there probably were some people in line that.
Where was this at?
Mesquite Con up in Michigan. Last month. Yeah, it was in March.
Because they can't transport the figures. It's hard to, so they can't have nothing but a table full of barbarians. So the closer shows, obviously, you're going to have probably no limit on the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be.
I think they might have underestimated the demand for it in.
Maybe
that could be, yes.
Yeah, I think if they realized how many people were going to be at that show, and probably just for that figure, that's why they were gone within an hour. But they probably could have doubled or tripled what they brought and still sold them out.
I'd hate to. I know we're gonna get what's the other? Not Skull Man. What's the other figure that came out at ZoloCon?
The
glow in the dark.
The one that looks like.
John, I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah,
the one that looks like.
Yeah,
the headhunter.
The headhunter.
Had
a boy, Mike.
Yes, I'm like, it's right there. It's. I assume when that comes out for like in stock sale as well with the Barbarian, if we learned anything from Skullman, he will sell out quick. And I would like to get one of each of those as well again.
Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten a second Barbarian so I could have a Conan figure as well, but I just feel fortunate I got the one.
And the ATL figure. I didn't get that.
Community online.
Yeah, I didn't get the ATL figure, so I'm assuming they'll have that in stock sale as well. So those are 3 figures right there that are a must if you haven't gotten them. For sure. Yes, Jeremy, thank you. And yes, cats are awesome. I saw Rob was holding his black cat.
Yeah, he's over there somewhere.
What's his or her name, Rob?
His name is Draco.
Draco. Nice. So, who's excited about a dragon?
I guess I can take.
I am.
Nice.
That's a few of us.
Actually, El Spooky Zorro, Rob, you have a good story.
He had a freaking kick-ass story. I was there live watching it when it happened.
So. I was too, man. Were you?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was super exciting. Especially because of all the people that were in there. I didn't think any of the people that were just saying, if I win a dragon, let Rob have it. I didn't think it was going to happen because it's the most I've ever seen in that stream combined. The Legion's Lounge. It was just way too many people. But
I was putting in for it. I was thinking, boy, it'd be cool to have 2 dragons. But then I was also thinking, what if me and Mike gave it away on the show? Because that would be epic. But
totally.
But me and Mike, we've given away so much stuff that would.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
So literally, and that's what's so great about this community, that people think like that. Like some of the people's mindsets are actually thinking, hey, I already have one. I already bought one. So if I win one, why would I just keep it to sell? Or, you would make money, but why not give it to somebody who didn't get one? That to me, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm part of this group chat on Facebook, and I was telling you guys know Mark Thomas, right? Saturday Day Collector. He has a channel.
Yeah.
He has Meet the Collectors and
nice
a couple other channels. But I was talking to him earlier in the day how my plans to get a dragon kind of fell through, and I was just bumming, and I didn't know, and that was like around 11 in the morning. And I didn't know from that time until when Brian Carr had won the dragon, he was planning with the guys in the group chat trying to figure out how I could get a dragon, like pulling their money together or talking to somebody, and yeah, they were working something. And as he's telling me that on the phone, that's when Brian Carr won the dragon, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! I can't believe this is happening."
Yeah, that had to be surreal because that was definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I'm wondering, the dragon probably will get into our hands.
Ooh, Mike's making predictions. Ooh, let's listen up, guys.
It's going to be 2 years. So
Oh,
talking about 26. So you're talking about spring of probably 27, I would say, for the dragon to get in our hands. Now, Jeremy did say they will not solicit another pillar
oh, yeah.
till this one's in hand.
Yes.
At least I believe that's what he said. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, but I doubt it. I remember hearing something like that watching the shows.
I might be close to 60 by the time they get all 4 out. Then it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Well, I might not even be able to get the 4th or 5th then.
Yeah, like how do you take pictures of that? That's this point. Like, how do you take pictures of like 4 huge ass dragons if they are in fact all dragons?
Put them on your dining room table and stand back.
Like sitting
15
here, like,
feet.
like do the show. Like, hey guys, got like one on each shoulder.
Stick it in a backpack. Walk around with it all day.
Oh,
That's what I'm waiting for. The what is the one guy's name? Is it Douglas Tupper that walks around Legion's Con that has the troll strapped to the front of his chest? I think he even says he has a bag that says take hugs or give hugs or something. He has a little hug kisses that he hands out.
Oh, nice.
Are there people going to be doing that? Like, is someone going to have a dragon, like you said, dragon backpack?
Oh, I'm sure.
Hanging around the side here. You know.
Those dragons aren't just going to sit at everybody's house. They're gonna get out and explore the world.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you paid for it. You might as well articulate it everywhere.
Well, with the size of that dragon, couldn't you repaint it and paint it like reddish and put it on a Skeletor costume for like a dragon blast?
Yeah. I'm curious to see what Curtis does, because Curtis is already saying he's ready to take it apart. He's ready to paint it.
He's customizing at least one, possibly two.
Yeah. So I want to see that. I mean, we talked about it. That's a lot of paint. That's a lot of primer. That's a lot of paint. That's a lot of time.
It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Greg, get on McTavish. Send McTavish a link. He'll get on.
Hey guys, can't stay long. Just wanted to say hello. Oh, you can't stay long? Come on.
Oh man.
I'll send you a link.
He was going to make a Granomir, but which one? Is he going to do the green? Is he going to do the red?
I'm pretty sure he said the red one.
The red. Nice.
PA show. What PA show Saturday?
Is there a show in PA?
Lehigh.
I was going to say, is it the Lehigh show that they're doing over there?
Yeah, that's going to be the Wolf King Custom.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a street team with Len. So, yeah, that would be fun.
Lehigh, yes. Thank you. Oh, Greg, if you wanted to come on, well, I'd send you a link and you can come on. I got 4 more spots. Anybody else that wants to come on is more welcome to come on. There's what?
Like more the merrier, guys. More the merrier.
Yeah, we had a cancellation tonight, so our guests had to
come
back
on,
up.
do it. Come on, join us. Come on.
That's what we were doing to our guests. We're like, damn it, do it anyway. You son of a
Click the link. Do it now.
Click the link.
I'm just befuddled. There's so many people in here that are on a lot of shows all the time. And now,
Nice. So you guys, this cool book I got from Legion's Con. This one.
Look at that.
Hold up. Let me make you big here. Is that the Cabal? Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
And
and he's
my-
got a Jonathan Hughes bookmark, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And Frankie likes the color in it,
Aw.
which is kind of
love
funny
it.
because I haven't really gotten into it, but
Oh,
she
yeah.
like comes into my room and like grabs the book and she starts just going at it, dude. She
Perfect.
loves these pictures, man. By the way. And yeah, I do have a
Nice.
for Gerard, wherever I'm at.
Warren said we just hit 1,300 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Nice, dude.
oh, yeah,
1,300. Oh, yeah,
That's a
shout
lot
out
of people.
Yeah, dude.
We're not as popular as Curtis, but I mean, we try. We try. We try.
Well, you're only on one show, so
That hey, that you got a point. And we're bi-weekly, man. I mean, come on. I mean, we you
yeah.
know.
I'm in shock. Curtis is not on with us right now.
Usually
Are you
we say his name and he should summon very soon.
You have to say 3 times.
He's probably traveling to California right now.
Inevitable. Oh, you are probably
Okay.
right.
You're right.
Yeah.
West Coast Mythical Meetup. If
Yeah.
you're out there, go see the guys, man. You'll have a great time. You won't regret it.
We got JD Gibson too in here. Okay, well, guys, what is on your guys' mind, Legion wise?
Yeah, let's pick your brains.
Oh, I've got a couple small projects that I'm working on behind the scenes, trying to get some stuff together for Legion's Con. So that's my.
Well, Dusty, let me
that's
ask you this:
basically
Are you going to have a table still at Legion's Con this year?
I will.
Okay, so are you going to be in the same spot as you were last year?
To be honest, I don't know. I
Okay.
assume so. I haven't heard anything different. But
Now, were you
I don't
were in
like
the
to
front
assume.
row, weren't you? Or were you the
no,
second?
I was in second row.
Second row. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that was still
technically,
You were
I
like
guess
right
it'd be
next
third.
to Trevor,
Trevor.
weren't you?
yeah, Trevor.
Yeah, I was right next to Trevor, right across from Jeremy Gerard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
some
was a
prime
good spot.
right there, dude.
I was real pleased.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Dusty. Brad and I had a table for how many years? 3?
3. Yeah.
So we got to a point where
Kids.
we're missing the con with the table.
Doing good.
Oh, I definitely
We
feel
really
that.
are. And it takes, and we're missing a lot of the, being able to hang out with people, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So him and I just said, forget the table. Why have a table? Oh, Dr. Pepper. Now, do you ever think that, or is it because of the coloring books?
Well, I mean, to be honest, yeah, that has absolutely crossed my mind. But I'm also lucky. I've always got Angie with me, so I can get out of the booth and explore a little bit. So I'm not confined to the booth by myself. You know what I mean? So I do have that option to be able to get out of the booth and go explore a little bit. But that being said, there's so much to see. I mean, unless you're going gung ho from open to close both days, you're not going to see it all. You're just not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am missing out on some stuff, but that's keeping my wallet under control a little bit as well. So it works out. It works out.
So I haven't heard yet. Is there going to be a coloring book 3 or no?
There most likely there will be a volume 3. Most likely not this Legion's Con.
Gotcha.
I might. I gave myself a little bit of time after 2 years of throwing back-to-back books together. And
Oh yeah.
that being said, I have creeped up on a. If I wanted to, I could probably bang out another 10 or 12 and have one done for this year. But
So are you still going to bring the first and the second one out?
what's that?
Are you still going to bring the Mythic and the Cosmic one out?
I've got the Mythic and the Cosmic. I got Volume 1, Volume 2, Mythic and Cosmic out. Now I'm looking to do another just random, little bit of everything coloring book. But I wanted to give myself a little bit more time because I'm really wanting to. Well, I'm not really wanting to. I'm really starting to push myself to do more with each drawing. If you look at the jump from Volume 1 to Volume 2, I mean, you can tell I give myself almost another year.
Yeah.
So I figure if I give myself another year, maybe I can keep up in my game a little bit.
Nice. Maybe in the third volume, we will see a little FO in it, figure of
Oh, for sure. Nice. A little bit. I won't get to everything, but I'll have some bangers in there, I think.
Yeah, Dusty's like
right now that on the cover of the third one, Scapular 2.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I do Scapular 2, he's gonna be wearing the mask.
Oh
yeah! It will be the Emir.
I will be honest with you. If you do that, I'm taking that page out of the coloring book and framing it, hanging it in. Let's see if I can show you guys here. See,
but
photos there.
You do know if you do him, you got to do me too. I mean, he can be the page in front of mine, just or put us together
to see Dusty's rendition of the Titty Pauldrons. Epic.
Now, I don't know how well this will show up, but Greg was feeling very left out and was really kind of on me at Leeds Con about getting his done. So that's the most recent one I've finished, and I haven't shown it off yet.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how well this will show up off my phone, but let me see if I can.
Here, you want me to blow you up?
Oh, that's nice, dude.
Really good.
Great. Dude, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my! Have you showed it to him yet?
Yeah, he's seen it.
Cool,
Lauren just said something which could give you an idea. She said that what if you did a coloring book of the tribute figures?
Ooh,
technically Greg's a tribute figure. I mean, so then you could just do all the tributes.
Well, I did do an Adamon for the original book, but it didn't make the cut.
Ooh. And how did that not make the cut?
Well, I was experimenting with backgrounds and stuff, and I couldn't get it to land like I wanted. Well, that ain't it. That's
my RoboCop.
That's RoboCop.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off really quick because I gotta go make Frankie some food before she goes to gymnastics. I'll try to hop on later if I can.
Okay.
All right, Rob.
Thanks, chatting with you guys.
See you, buddy.
See you, Rob.
Wow, man.
That was cool.
Yeah, so I did.
Here, I'll make you big.
That's
cool. Yeah.
That one didn't really make the cut. I guess it's Atlas more than Adamon, but to me, it's all the same.
Still low. Atlas is one of my favorites as well.
I tried to do like a ghost army behind him, and
I saw that.
And when I drew it, I didn't know about like sizing and stuff like that. I was still new to the tablet and trying to figure all that out. So I drew it in a really weird size, and it couldn't transfer over to the size I needed. And there was just a bunch of learning curve issues I had with it. So yeah, it didn't make the book.
Now
I'll revisit it.
Now you have been on our show before as a guest.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and we did show your room, but your room is completely different than.
Yeah.
When
I was on the show last, I was probably only in the line for maybe 6 months or so. So I had like one cabinet in my. I guess you'd call it a den or whatever. Now I've turned an entire room into my collection room.
Oh my gosh!
And
Yeah,
I'm
I've seen
still-
pictures online, but I mean, that's really nice.
Brad,
I've got
I see.
a whole nother empty shelf over there to work on.
Oh, so that's just you probably obviously have stuff to fill it. You're just
Yeah, I've got stuff on order to fill it for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice size room.
Hey, Brad, right above his head. I will never forget the moment.
That you're talking about.
Oh,
oh yeah, all his oh yeah,
your wife. So you would have out she was buying that.
Yeah, Angie was being slick that day.
Yeah, gotcha. That's cool though.
That was our first Legion's Con.
22. Yeah.
Yep, 22.
At the old hot box hallway.
Yeah, that was.
You know what though? Cons like that are still fun because even though
they have the best stories, don't they?
I was about to say because even though we laughed or we were at that time, we're kind of irritated or we still laughed about it that night, and years later we still laugh about it.
Well, the funny thing about that story is she wanted to buy it. You were down the way a little bit. She knew you were going to probably turn around, and the people we just asked the people in the walking by, hey, just form a wall. What?
I didn't even know what was happening because she came over so quickly and just made things happen so quickly. She just it was like she's here and you were there, and then once she noticed that your back was turned, I was like, all right, his back is turned. I gotta get this, and I need this, and put it in the back. I'm like, what's going on? What?
That's partially my fault because we went to our first PowerCon that summer, and I had just gotten into the line like that February, and that summer I saw the Aerothere 2-pack at PowerCon. The guy had it in this booth, and I was like, I didn't even know they made this, So I was losing my crap over it, and I ended up buying it and way overpaying for it at the time. So I think the way I reacted to the Aerothere made her
think that
want to go after that Alithia for me.
If I remember correctly, I think Ryan K. Anthony sold it to her for a pretty fairly good deal. Even now I think it.
Yeah, I don't think she overpaid for it at all.
No, and in fact, I think is that one, or did we say Aerothere was probably the most rarest because people didn't know about it at that time. It was the first 2-pack.
Well, I would have thought Aerothere was the rarest until it actually showed up at cons last year and the year before.
Yes, you have seen, and there was a time where Aerothere was going for like $300 or something.
I remember the Aerothere test shot. I believe it was in Travis's booth. Was like for $750.
Oh, yeah.
And he sold it on day one.
Wow.
JD, we're all upset at PowerCon.
Yes, we are.
Being in Ohio. I will say this though, Brian Lynn.
CarverCon, baby.
Carver
Do it.
Customs. Hopefully he may be doing something this year.
Most likely next year.
and hopefully it's in that. I think it's in that vicinity. So maybe we can have like a really cool Mythic meetup in Columbus or in that area.
I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Columbus is an easy trip for me.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
where's Carver Customs from? Where Brian
is it Zanesville?
Are they in Ohio?
Yeah, they're in Ohio.
Oh, he's Ohio, but he's like south, but east. I think is that where that's at?
I was thinking he was northwest
or west. No, it's west. Yeah, it's west. Yeah, it's west. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not this way. I go, yeah, swing low, sweet shit. Oh yes.
Oh God, that would be awesome.
Well,
so, Dusty, you heard that it won't be this year, but he's shooting for next year.
Yeah, well, he's changed the venue So I don't know if that if that sped up his process or not, but just keep an ear out for Carver Con and keep a watch on what Mr. Brian Lynn's up to.
Yes. Kevin, if you
Kevin,
bought
we need Kevin on the show. He's never been on the show before. This is a perfect opportunity. Kevin,
Kevin. If
do you want to come on?
Look there's Curtis. Hello, all.
Oh, God, Curtis, he's sending you a link. Get your ass on.
If Curtis is driving, flying, it don't matter. He'll jump on live.
Look, I could see the stewardess being like, "You can't go live during the flight," and he's like, "Damn it, I will."
He'd look at her and be like, "I've been live for 2 hours. What are we talking about?"
He says, "Look at these sexy guys. This guy."
Oh, if people are late to the show, the game, the gentleman from Great Hall Games, they were stuck in the city.
Rob and Tony.
They could not make the show. We're going to reschedule at some point in time. So tonight we're just doing a what do they call it? Legions chat.
Yeah.
Lair style. So whoever wants to come on, hit us up in the chat and you will be sent a link so you can come on. And we're just talking anything, everything Legions.
Kevin says, "I can't tonight, but I will sometime, love, if Curtis is on so I can show him my toes." Hold on. Look, you want to see toes, Curtis? Look at these little fat little buggers. Little ganaches.
Just kiss the feet of the
ganaches.
Galoshes.
Galoshes all over the place.
Well,
get to the chopper, you got two.
So when it deals with cons for you, Dusty, does Angel come with you to everyone?
Oh, yeah. Me and Angel, we're a tandem.
So this is definitely a hobby that you both have embraced.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I think Angie gets a kick out of it because I get a kick out of it. But they're I see her sometimes. She'll peel off and start looking. Stuff will catch her eye too.
Nice.
Now, but yeah, I think if she had her druthers, it'd be whatever. But she knows I like it, so she likes to be with me, and I like to be with her. So
yeah, I want to say we met at the first PowerCon in Columbus.
We did.
Yep.
Yes,
we
did.
Yeah, I missed PowerCon. It was obviously 2 hours away from me and Mike, so it was kind of really close to home.
Yeah.
To me,
it's 3 hours from me. So
yeah, it was like our con. I mean, like, if obviously everybody wants to go to Legion's Con, but if I didn't go to Legion's Con and there was only one con I could pick other than that, it would have been PowerCon.
Absolutely.
That's the con that I would always go to. I heard some inside. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but I did hear some inside information about why there wasn't a Legion's Con.
There was a Legion's Con,
or a Power Con. I went to a local Neotac meetup, Northeast Ohio Toys and Collectibles Club here in Ohio.
You got Neotac.
I got nerd news. Absolutely nerd news.
It is, baby.
Now, Curtis, you do remember Curtis at one time said that he lost money. And that's why Val Staples didn't want to do PowerCon again. And I sat here and I'm like, how do you lose money? Because I asked a couple buddies who had a booth at PowerCon. And I said, how much was your booth? It's a big booth, huge booth, but it was like $800. And they didn't even have the biggest booth. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people's booths were, I think the smallest booth was like $500. So those booths, and there was, we're talking a whole huge area. I don't know how many tables there were, but there was like hundreds of tables. So you figure hundreds of tables at $500 to $800, $1,200, $1,500 a pop.
Right.
A lot of money. That's a lot of money. You know, I don't know what it costs to rent that place out for 3 days, but to me, that's a lot of money. Then you have all the people buying tickets. Thousands of people buying $50 tickets over the way. That's a lot of revenue. But what I heard was, and obviously the Horsemen had exclusives that sold well, and there were other exclusives there that sold well. I
think you're on to something.
There were some exclusives that didn't sell well.
Yep.
And I guess he had made some contracts with some people that didn't matter. They were about to get paid either way. So it didn't matter if they sold 10 figures or they sold 20,000 figures. They were getting paid X amount.
They were already paid for.
And I guess it was a lot of money. And maybe it was a little more than what they should have been paid. And it was some of the wrestling figures or people that were there. Some of the Brian Myers figures and some of those exclusives that were there. And I remember seeing them there, but
Yep.
And I guess they tried really hard to sell their line while they were there to help get his money back. But I see Curtis in here, and actually, to bring Curtis into this. If you were listening, Curtis.
Curtis is still at home.
Yeah, but I leave tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Well, Curtis, thanks for joining us. I know you're always busy.
Buddy.
Yeah, we had a cancellation, so we're just bringing whoever random on.
Nice.
We were talking about PowerCon. I did hear somebody who was close to Val, or knows Val.
So it was the wrestling figures that they could not sell.
Well, it was. I think there was a bunch of them that they ran.
It wasn't just one. There was like a bunch of those wrestling figures, or whatever. And I guess he just told them all, like, "You're getting paid this. You're getting paid this. You're getting paid this," and they were like, "Yes," and just signed it. And there was like, and that just goes to show you that maybe he paid them a little too much money, or guaranteed them a little too much money. And in the end, I think Curtis is right, and it probably cost him a lot of money. Because I'm thinking, how do you lose money? I just don't understand how you lose money, but after hearing what I heard, he did in fact lose money. But is it our fault that he did that? I just think that maybe he made some wrong decisions and it hurt him. But I don't think that means that he can't do this again. Because obviously the other exclusive that he sold and we did well, and I don't understand. Just maybe stay away from those wrestlers. I don't know.
I think it's something where it's just difficult to run a convention, especially by yourself. I mean, you saw this year Pete McCarthy had to bring in Jeremy DeWitt to help with Mesquite Con, and that con isn't near the size as what PowerCon is, and I think it's just a lot. Like I obviously there's a financial aspect to this, right? How much are you putting up for exclusives? How much are you committing to folks that are there for, celebrity signings and stuff like that? But there's also just a work factor to it. And this isn't anybody's day job, right? Nobody's day job is running these conventions.
No.
So you still got your everyday life to do, plus to try to put that together. I think it's just very difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if you see PowerCon come back, but with somebody else, like some sort of partner, or maybe multiple partners coming in to kind of take over some of the burden.
And I'm totally cool with that. In fact, I encourage that. I think he should. And to me, the con was huge, but I would even like for it to be bigger.
Right.
So
and you got to think the last one, they ended up sharing a date with another convention.
And they had us beat by like 3 times. I mean,
absolutely. That anime convention,
anime convention. They were definitely. It was like 10-1. I mean, like big time. I mean, yeah, that was huge. And that's why I didn't understand when he said, there's. I think he didn't want to come out and say he lost money and just made some excuses. But I would have rather him just been honest with it and been. Said, I lost money, and we understand that. But he doesn't seem like he wants to get rid of it. Like, he was attaching to Toylana and whatnot. So I'm thinking that, hopefully
keeping the name alive.
Yeah. So I'm hoping there's still some positive there that you know.
I mean, there's a lot of history there, right? Like, I mean, Val is through and through, he's a Motu guy. And like he grew up in that space and you know, had a podcast for Motu and you know, this whole thing. Obviously it's grown past just a Motu convention. But there's, you know, there's still a lot of feelings there too. I'm sure he doesn't want to give it up, but at the same time, you know, I think he probably just needs some help. So
yeah, it's a big risk.
Yeah,
definitely, especially with exclusives and stuff. Yeah,
he had so many exclusives at that last show.
That last one, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there was some just off the wall exclusives for that.
And if you remember,
we had a Pixel Dan wrestler one. Remember?
Yeah.
If you were there at the con, and if you remember correctly, at the end of the day on Sunday, they kept doing these announcements like, "Hey, we have these exclusives. You can come buy them for 30% off."
There's no line.
I mean, like they were promoting like vendors can come get 30% off if you show your vendor ID, you know. And I remember Jason Booster was like, "Here, you want my ID to go get?" I think they sold out of the Mythic figures, but they still had like the AWOC figure that
was the Beastman tribute.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I heard they were like trying to give that away at the end.
Yeah, literally. They're like freaking like just like, and he's like, "Here, you want to go up and get another one super cheap for like $30?" And I'm like, I already got one.
Right.
I grab another one, whatever. But yeah, so now it kind of makes sense what was going on there.
Oh, for sure.
So I totally feel bad for him now knowing that information, because I'm thinking that sucks that he lost money on a convention like that. That's a huge ass convention.
And I think the people that went to the show were going to go regardless of the exclusives that were available.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. Oh, well, that goes to show you. I mean, they weren't buying it. I mean, like, they were there.
Typically the exclusives are something that's supposed to make you money, right? It's something that helps offset the cost of the con. But I think he went a little crazy with the amount of exclusives and just
there was 20 of them?
Desirability of the exclusives. You know?
I want to say there was more than 20 total.
It was a lot. I almost wonder if the first year that he had PowerCon, because like the Horsemen control the room. I always say that at PowerCon. I don't know how it is at other cons.
Oh, that was a Horseman show for sure.
That was a Horseman show. They demanded the room respect. I mean, when the thousands,
the line literally went around all four walls of the building.
When they opened up, there might have been literally like this many people going to the other booths, like a handful of people going to the other booths. Everybody ran to the Horseman line. And maybe he saw that and thought, "Oh wow, you know, all these people coming to get this
independent toy stuff,"
and then opened it up really big to everybody, thinking he was going to get the same effect. And it's just like, I don't know.
And all those exclusives were other independent toy line figures and stuff. You know, it wasn't like mainstream known characters, and you know.
And I don't know if the Horsemen are like that at every show, but like I would say in the majority of the shows that they go to, I would think that they're probably like that.
Yeah, everything I've ever seen them at, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
So the first year in Columbus, I don't remember there being any exclusives.
I thought, well, you know what? I think you're right. I don't think it was exclusives, but it was the PowerCon. They just had the PowerCon figures early, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but
I think you are right. And then the second year, they had the
tributes.
The Demetros the second year.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see the numbers, because I guarantee you, I mean, he had to have made some money off the Demetros. I mean, the Horsemen, they came in, so I mean, he had to have sold quite a few of those. In fact, I would say it was probably the most he sold out of anything. It had to have been. I mean,
well, didn't Demetros sell out at the show?
I think it did. I believe it did.
But they also had an issue where they didn't come with the capes.
Right.
Oh.
Well, that was nobody's fault, and they had the capes available. You just had to get it separate out of the box.
Oh, okay, so they did have the capes there.
Yeah, they had the capes.
I got mine there that day.
Yeah, I got mine too. Mine wasn't in the box, so I got
one.
one.
No, the lady had to handed it to me.
Yeah, you had to get them from them as they were handing them out, right? Because I remember some people lost them, like because their hand is out loose, and
Well,
if
if you remember, the same thing happened at Legion's Con. Everybody was dropping their skirt pieces everywhere.
Yeah, the unconed one's skirt was everywhere.
Yeah.
I actually picked up like 2 of them. Like somebody dropped them, I picked them up, and I'm like, and I took them home, and then I remember I ended up giving them away on the show, and I even had like a specific show, and I was like, if you don't have an unconed one skirt, please enter it in this drawing.
Drawing.
Down at the bottom of the screen, I've got I think this is a video from that PowerCon that's like my favorite video. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Oh, look at me. I'm half the man I used to be.
Jason Bourne.
It is Jason Bourne. Yeah.
Now that was the second year, right? Was that?
Yeah,
that was the last one.
I wasn't there, but it sounded like a lot of people had fun on those little scooters.
I was gonna say, I think Pete crashed out like right after that video was taken.
Yeah, I think I was around that area when that picture was taken, or that video.
He's braver than I would have been. You wouldn't have caught me dead.
Right out in front of the Hilton, right there in front of the main street. So yeah, that was like in the main area.
What was the Thunder Pussy?
Oh, that's down the street. Yeah, the Thunder Pussy.
Was it called the Magnolia Thunder Pussy or what?
It was. It's actually
wasn't that the name of the hotel you two stayed in?
we won't stay in the hotel unless it's a Thunder Pussy chain.
That is 100% getting clipped by PGG.
Absolutely.
Look, Mike going into the Blue Oyster cult or the Blue Oyster.
I'm staying down the street at the Thunder Pussy.
But Brad, what would Arnold say about the Thunder Pussy?
Wait a minute, the Thunder Pussy. It was a record store, if I am correct.
I thought it was a thrift store.
I think it was a vinyl.
I have it on video. What Arnold said.
Oh, I don't know if I should play that. I don't. Yeah, I was a little vulgar. I was a little tipsy, and we were walking down the street. Because in Columbus, right there, it's multiple people have said this. It's almost like Nashville. It's a college town, So you're walking down.
It's a nice downtown for sure.
It's a very nice downtown. Everybody's bars are open. You can see people playing in bands. Everything's kind of just, The best,
I miss it, man. I miss it. It needs to come back.
The best was when Ish was trying to ask the young lady.
Oh God, yes.
Well, there was a group of very beautiful young ladies.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, they were dressed.
Dude, Ish
is just eating ice cream nonchalant. Like he's just like eating ice cream with sprinkles, and he's like, "Oh, ladies, where can we go in heaven?" And this lady's like, "Ew."
He's like, "I'm not interested.
I am not talking to you." And just we laughed so hard because he's literally stopped eating ice cream. Like, what? I was just trying to ask where you are going to have fun. Like, we're just trying to go. Like, where do you go? Like okay. Ohio Record Shop. Yes.
Is that what it is?
That's Rob says it's an Ohio record. That's what I thought it said outside. It's funny because right across the street it says Magnolia Thunder Pussy, record store or whatever, and then across the street, diagonal to it, is Coming Out of the Closet Thrift Store, and that's the name of the store. It says Coming Out of the Closet Thrift Store. So you're like, what? I'm like, it's like on the same street. So Arnold did a little video talking about thunder pussies and coming out of the closets, and it was hilarious. And you can message Lauren if maybe she'll send it to you. It's a good time.
Oh man!
Tell me where the weight room is.
It's over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's back there somewhere. Oh wait, it might be over there.
David Spade up in the room going, he's not going to do the weight room bit again, is he?
Most comical con moments for each of you.
Oh,
there's got to be one that stands out for each one of you.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wow, that's a good question.
I
Yeah,
have
that's tough.
one. It was when Greg, this was just 2 years ago, not last year, but the year before at Legion's Con at the hotel we're at now. I asked Greg to retell the Sir Ramada story to all the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast people that were there. And everybody was outside. I think we were all partaking a little bit. So there was a big circle. And Greg told the story, and it was better than he's ever told it. Like it was like we've all heard the Sir Ramada story 100 times, but like it was the best Sir Ramada story ever. And I just remember like
why do I have the feeling that all three of our answers are going to revolve around My Wife Is Going to Kill Me, guys?
Watch it all be like, yeah, we were back by the fire pit, partaking.
There was I would say mine was at the La Quinta Legion's Con. I had brought Angie to PowerCon beforehand, and of course, Travis, being Travis, he loses his shit when anything, male or female walks by, he loses his crap over it. So it became like a joke between the two of us about him being obsessed with Angie. And when I got to Legion's Con, the first thing he does is run up, grab Angie, run off with her, and takes a selfie with her. And in the background, it's me with this dumb look on my face going. And if you look at the picture, he's typical Travis, arm around the girl, smiling, and I'm in the background, straight up being cucked by this guy. And I just got this bewildered look on my face, like, you son of a... But yeah, that was probably the funniest thing for me because it was just hilarious because he just immediately just snatched her and ran.
I think for me, it also would be at La Quinta. One.
Good time. I told you memory.
And it was when Treadaway comes through with his kids, and they had that giant candy bar, right? That big giant Hershey bar.
Oh yeah.
And him and his kids come in, and like the lobby just stops, and they make it all about the kids and stuff. And they have the one kid come over, and Pete has him karate chop it, and he chops this thing right in half. First shot. And they give them half of this giant candy bar to take up to their room with them. And then the other half they hand to Ben Talmadge, who's a little bit of a shorter guy. Yeah. And Billy goes, "It's a normal sized candy bar." And I died because you see him holding this massive candy bar. They're like, "No, that's just because he's that small." Yeah.
There's so many memories though. Like there's a lot of good ones, and there are a few that just stand out. I will say though, last year would probably be if you were up at whatever 1:32 a.m. and saw Steve Busciotti doing push-up or
that was pretty good.
Joe on his back.
Joe Russo on his back. Like I said, I was right outside that, and all of a sudden it didn't get like loud rowdy, but like it got loud for a second. And I noticed, I looked over, and all of a sudden there's Steve doing push-ups and Joe Russo sitting on his back. And I saw the lady and the guy that work there at the hotel. like I see them and I see it behind them, and they're not like too freaked out, but like they're like a little concerned a little bit what's going on, but we'll let this happen and see what goes on because I think they were curious as well. And then after
they probably just didn't
want
Steven's old butt getting hurt.
I think
call an ambulance because he blew his elbows out.
About 20 to 30 minutes before the push-ups, Steven was feeling pretty good. He was lubed up quite generous. And he normally is in bed way before that, right? He goes to bed super early. They always give him crap about it. But he was feeling pretty good. He had a few drinks in him. And I remember Walter turned to Steven and told him that he was going to bed. And Steven just goes, "What are you, a pussy?"
and Steven's usually in bed by 8:30.
And Walter just had this look on his face like, "Did you really just call me a pussy?" It was pretty good.
And let's talk about Skinny Pete for a minute. So Pete comes up there at Allegiance Con. He's lost, 60 pounds by that time, probably. And is completely sloshed. I mean, he's just he's 10 sheets to the wind. And he grabs my arm. He's like, Dusty, turn around. Dusty. So I turn around and he goes, man, look. And for like 10 minutes, he's talking to me like this. And then he just starts dying laughing and turns around. And he does the same thing to somebody else and tells the exact same story in the exact same language. And I catch him the next morning. I'm like, dude, do you realize you had like a 10-minute discussion with me and told me a hilarious story, and I could not understand a word you said? He goes, yeah. He goes, that was odd for me.
Pete's wife gets so pissed off because every year he reintroduces me to her. She's like, would you quit fucking people? And I laugh so hard, and like I look at her, and I know she knows that we've already met. Like,
Right.
But Pete's like sloshed, hammered, like, this is my wife.
Say hello.
Well, at PowerCon the first year, he introduced me to Travis's wife Heidi as I was Trevor Williams and Mike was Nate Strong, and Heidi has no idea and just looks at me and is like, "Okay, Trevor. Bye, Nate," and like walks away. And I'm like, dude, she really thinks I'm Trevor and he's Nate. And Pete's like, that's what's so funny about it.
Tomax and Zaymont.
And whatever it was, I was at Legion's Con and she said something. She's like, what's your name, Trevor? Or are you Nate? And I'm like, oh my God, I am neither. It wasn't bad.
I am Arnold.
Yeah,
I am brother of Bjorngard. God, get it right.
Now me and Heidi have a little thing where every time I see her, I'm like, you do know who I am, right? It's Brad. Okay, yeah. She's like, I know you. Shut up. I'm like, okay. But they're both great. I love them.
Pete was great though last year. Like all the different shows at night. Like he was on, with the Legion's Ladies on Thursday and PGG on Friday, and my wife is going to kill me on Saturday. Like every show that he was on, he'd have just a little segment and he would just kill. Like he was funny as shit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he was pretty sloshed at MesquiteCon.
Oh yeah.
And he even told me, he's like, dude, like I've lost so much weight that I thought I can drink what I normally drink. He's like, so I started all strong tonight for the Mythic meetup. He's like, it is not going good.
He was feeling it at the meetup too.
Oh yeah, Friday Mythic meetup. Like Saturday, he's like, I was like, it's not good. I was like, yeah. Well, okay, that's what happens, and sometimes that's what you need. You need a wake up call. He had all that.
I will say, Curtis had a nice little moment at the My Wife Is Going to Kill Me show that night as well by going shirtless and grabbing Travis by the ears and pulling him straight into his chest.
Yeah.
That was Saturday night, right?
That was Saturday, yeah.
Saturday.
But it'll last a lifetime.
Moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here, what do you think My Wife's going to do this year for their last year they had couples.
I know what it's supposed to be.
No comment.
But you can't tell.
Absolutely, I could tell. They've somebody's been talking about it, but Steven's supposed to arm wrestle Dusty. I know that. So he wants to wrestle him.
So
like an actual wrestling match.
See, I thought that was separate. So you're saying that the arm wrestling match could happen that Saturday night?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I know Steven's getting ready.
You know what we should do?
Steven's going to film a montage of him in like Russia in the snow in a barn trying to do pull-ups.
All right, Dusty, I'm going to help you out. What I'll do is all night long on Friday night, let's all talk shit to Steve. And they'll be like, I'll fucking arm wrestle you, dude. And we'll just all wear him down. So Saturday night, he's all tired and shit. He's like, oh, my arm's all weak and shit.
I like it, but I'm not going to need any help. I'm not
going to need any help. I'm talking about.
It's all about stamina. All I got to do
Come on, baby. Tell me what you're going to
lock
do.
Him up for about 3 minutes till he runs out of breath, and I got him. I ain't sweating him at all, dude. Not at all. He doesn't even know the world of shit he got himself into.
Hey, gentlemen, your most special con moment? I'm going to leave for a second. I got to run out to the kitchen. But your most special con moment. You had the most comical, now the most special.
Oh, I can.
Right back.
I got a good answer for this.
Go ahead, man.
Mesquite Con, Mythical Meetup, during the giveaways, they're giving away one of my coloring books, and Jeremy grabs it out of Pete's hand, walks out to the middle of the room, and he goes, I know this book says unofficial on it. He goes, but this is
that was a good one.
He's like, Dusty sent all of this to us for approval ahead of time. He goes, this is about the most official, unofficial book you can get.
That's awesome.
And that, you know, that kind of, that got me a little bit.
I would say for me, it was the La Quinta Legions Con. It was my first one. And I've got a panic disorder. I've talked about this. And so I didn't go the year before. I was like, I just had a hard time going to things, even sometimes getting out of the house. And, well, I get there for the first time and I walk into the room and it was like the day before. So only, a few people were in there setting up and stuff. And actually the only two people in the room were Len LaGuardia and Jeremy Gerard. And I walked in the room and Jeremy came running like the length of the con, like the length of the room, running across to give me a hug. And it was like, this is cool. Like, this was worth the, however many hours with Billy in the car. So.
Oh, that's right. You did bring Billy.
Yeah. That was LaQuinta.
I've got a similar story for Jeremy. The first time I met him was at PowerCon, the first one. And that was before they took the line around the building. So the line, like as soon as you walked in the door, the line went right across the entryway at that time. And I got in line and their booth was kind of up toward the front, wasn't it? If I remember right, like on the front corner.
Yeah.
And Jeremy was just kind of hovering. And I, I was, like I said, I was only in the line for a few months. So I recognized Jeremy, but I didn't know him. Nobody knew who I was yet. And I just kind of waved at him and he walked right over and started talking to me and Angie like he had known us our entire life.
Yep.
And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then the way CB was with everybody and stuff, it just blew me away.
Yeah.
Because I've been a fan of the Horsemen since like the early Wave 1 McFarlane line. And I was always a fan of their style and their figure style and their sculpting and all that. And I kind of lost track of them. Like I didn't know the Classics line existed or any of that. And I got into collecting Transformers pretty heavy after I went through a Star Wars phase. I got to the end of my Transformers collecting, and then I was looking to maybe get back into Motu, and I discovered I'd missed out on the Classics line and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, the Horsemen are still around. What are they up to now? And that's how I found Mythic Legions, is I just kind of did a random search for the 4 Horsemen and found some of the pre-orders that were on Big Bad.
Nice.
And, decided to go to PowerCon to try to get some figures because I really didn't have any. And that's how I ended up meeting Travis. I met Travis that same year in March at the Indianapolis Con. Angie had just had hip replacement, was in a wheelchair. And we had taken her daughter up there to meet some anime, voice actor or whatever. And while they were in line, and because Angie was in a wheelchair, they got moved to the front of the line. So while they were in line, I went exploring, trying to find Legions, and I ran into Old Man Kyle first, and then Travis Bowles, and I've been hooked ever since.
Isn't that when they coined the phrase Indiana Pretty?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly when they did it.
Dusty, you very much are Indiana Pretty.
Yes, I am. Hey, I might only be an 8 in Indiana. I might be a 6 in New York, but I'm a 10 in Kentucky.
Nice.
I remember one of the first time, the first PowerCon I went to in Columbus. First year it was in Columbus. Soon as we waited in line, and I remember Mike had been already waiting in line, so I actually kind of cut a little bit I would have been there, but I did literally like 10 miles outside the hotel convention. I was in the hour traffic. Sucks. So wait in line. As soon as I get in, we're in the Horseman line, and I see CB doing. I think he's doing a live or a video or something. He's just going down the row of all the people, and I see him, and I'm like, it was a PowerCon, and he's going down, and I'm in the back of the line, and right when he gets to me, he goes, "And what would Arnold say?" And I was just like, "What?" Like, Mike's like, and he just kept going, and I was like,
dude, I remember that.
Arnold would say all kinds of damn shit about you.
I remember that, Brad, because Angie and I were like 6 people behind you.
Yeah, I was a little starstruck then because Mike's looking at me and Mike's like, he must watch the show. He knows who you are. And I'm like, he does. That son of a bitch knew I love Arnold. So yeah, of course. And that was a cool moment, obviously. Obviously getting tributes is cool, but those were the little moments before those things happened, and it's nice. You don't think people know who you are, and it's like, that's what's cool about the Horseman. I feel like they're just everyday people.
Yeah, they increase the fans because they are fans.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met Curtis, I had only seen Curtis do a couple like live unboxings or something on the Cabal or whatever. His hair was still brown and all. And I remember meeting him at Legion's Con. You were sitting in your chair outside of the booth, kind of like in the aisle.
Yeah,
and
that's when I was helping Lynn.
I kept calling him Steven, and I kept acting like I thought he was Steven. So, and I was just kidding. I knew he was Curtis, but
yeah.
And I just walked away and just left him. And I was like, I wonder if he realized I was just messing with him or not.
Oh yeah.
So
I did have somebody do that at MesquiCon though. Where they came up to me and they're like, "Oh man, I love your art so much. Like your paint jobs are so great." And Steven had gone to the bathroom, and then Steven comes back, and then they're like, "Oh no, I meant him. He's the one that I was talking about. I don't know who you are." And I was like, "Oh." Like my ego went like all the way up here, and then boop. Yeah.
No.
Like, okay.
Okay.
Like,
So
wait a minute, not you, him.
Yeah, this guy, the other guy.
I remember watching Mythic Customs all the time, and you'd always see this guy, this Curtis Ackerman on there. He'd always be going back and watching old shows. You'd comment on it and all that. And I go to Brad, we got to get Curtis on. We got to get Curtis on. So I remember I got a hold of you, Curtis, and you're like, "No, I don't want to come on live." And I'm like, "You got to, man. Just do it." You did, and now you're on every show.
Me and Mike like to think that we started this.
Yeah. It was one of the worst tours ever. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was still when you guys were on Facebook before StreamYard, right? Like before StreamYard Facebook. That was like just the regular Facebook Live. And dude, I tried to take you guys on a tour, and it's like the most choppy, like you can't see shit. It was terrible.
The only thing I miss about Facebook Live, it was just easy. There is no like producing or anything. It's just you hit the button and you go. But yeah, it's funny how
that was in the early days where you guys had like technical difficulties every week. It was always something. Yeah.
Every week.
I want to say, Curtis, you were like show 13.
It was pretty early, yeah. Yeah, you guys would either start late or you'd have no volume, or the one time Brad went live on his personal channel or something, and it wasn't in the Cabal.
We found out it kept happening, and we're like, "All right, make sure." So Lauren's like showing me, like, because she would do it sometimes, and I would be like, "Show me what you're doing," because like she did it. She's like, "Look, I'm clicking in Mythic Legion's Cabal," and she'd go in, and somehow it'd go right to my personal, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Here she was skipping something. I'm like, you can't skip. You have to actually type it in. You can't like use like whatever little little shortcut you're using. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, the shortcuts don't work. It doesn't work. So yeah, and that's
Those
what was Facebook. It's really quirky. Really,
really
weird. Yeah,
those were the good old days when Mike and Brad used to sit next to each other.
Oh yeah, they'd be all close and stuff.
Yeah.
I
remember when they first got a computer and it switched them. Like you were used to Brad being on one side and Mike being on the other. And then all of a sudden they were just backwards. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
This is not right.
One would have to hand the sword to the other one so that they
It was, well, I think this year only we have not been together, right? Or was it some of last season too? Maybe it was some of last season too. Yeah. So maybe it's like 2 seasons we haven't,
Well, I think you guys were still trying to be together, but Mike was never showing up.
Well, Mike worked with Mike's work schedule and whatnot. Yeah. It was,
that was, obviously you've got the moment where you guys, got your tribute figures at G-Con, which was cool.
Oh.
But the one before the one where you guys got called up to do the Necronominus.
Yeah.
Like that one, because leading up to it, I think Mike had to miss a few shows and stuff, and it was like, oh man, are they not together anymore? Like, what's going on? And then like you guys got up there and did that, and it was just like this really cool like finale to the G-Con experience. It was great.
I felt bad a little bit because I actually felt like I was stealing some of Jeremy Gerard's. Because we weren't supposed to go up.
Yeah.
We weren't like at no time, were we supposed to go up. No one asked us to go up. It was just literally at the end. I'm like, I said something to Corn Boy. I think that's because they had the ice cream truck outside for Eric's birthday. And I said, dude, you're awesome. I love everything about being here at Intern and G-Con and all this stuff. I'm like, it's just a really cool time. You guys are awesome. And he goes, how much do you like me? And I'm like, dude, I fucking love you, dude. Like, what? Like, and he's like, enough to go on the panel? And I'm like, I would kill to go on the panel. And he's like, all right, 1:00, you're on the panel. I'm like, yes.
My understanding is that's how he did it with everybody. Like everybody that went up that day, he just kind of went up to him and like, how would you like to go up?
And it was just so random. And then
ominous.
Yeah, you guys got the final one, like the big one.
God.
And I didn't know it was the final one. I was, like I said, I would have been happy with a hands and feet pack like Pete got, but I didn't think that was the last one. And then when I realized, I'm like, oh wait a minute, this is the final one, and we got 2. So it was special. But I felt bad because I was thinking, was Jeremy like about to do this special thing for Necronominus and Conan? And me and Mike straight came in. Cornboy's like, here, put Brad and Mike up there. And I don't know, but that's how I felt at first. But then I'm like, okay, cool. It was.
Jeremy gets plenty of his own moments. He's good.
Yeah. Exactly. It was a great moment. It definitely meant a lot. And,
it was CB just setting the hook.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how this company embraces the fans and make them a part of the experience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what keeps us all around.
Yeah, even like now bringing the G-Con to the hotel and bringing all these other folks in, right?
What was that? Did I just hear
that Angie just like kicked the door open? It's like, what are you doing? I was like, sitting here. And then she closed the door and left.
I thought I heard something like, Luke, I am your
she said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She's like, when you get off, I'm going to tear your heart out.
Practicing my mantra.
She kicked his door open and said, Dusty, change your face. Fix your face.
Fix your face.
Yeah. Gentlemen, I got another question for all of you. Since we're talking about cons, most incredible, most treasured pickup at a con, and I don't mean person, I mean a toy.
Ooh. That's another good one.
This is going for it.
Yeah, right here. Jeremy Gerard's Princess of the Frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Hera.
So when when I first got into Mythic Legions and I started watching his show and getting into customizing and stuff, I fell in love with this custom that he did. And back at that point, you could go. He had a website that you could go to, and you could see all of his customs. And he listed like any fodder parts that he used, what paints he used, like had whole recipe so that you could do it yourself. But all the parts that he used on this thing were like from older figures that you couldn't even get anymore and stuff. And so I told him for years, I was like, I'm getting that. At some point, I'm going to own that. And he's like, no, I just can't. I can't part with it. This and that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm going to own that. And then this past year, no, was it this year or the year before? It was the year before, right? Yeah. He said he had kind of made a list of the stuff that he was bringing to the con, and that was on it. And I was like, well, you're not leaving with it. Like, I'm definitely coming home with that thing. And so at the con, I go to try to buy it from him. And, I was surprised that he sold it to me. And the reason is that he made a second one. Like, with everything he's got going on, writing a book and doing the bios and doing the stuff for the studio, like he went and sourced all the parts to make a second one because he knew how much I love that character, and sold it to me at Legion's Con. So yeah, that 100% my favorite.
That was awesome. What's up, Greg?
We are talking
What's
about
up, boys?
your most favorite con pickup.
Chakowski.
Go
Can I
ahead.
go next? It's really
Yeah.
quick and small.
Do it, Rob. Do it. I'm gonna get mine.
Oh, nice.
And what is that?
Hold up. Let me make you.
All right.
I know what it is.
Is that Peter Dragon or Puff the Dragon?
Oh, Lauren got one of
Oh,
those.
yeah, that's
from
Yeah.
Darla.
That's one of the Darla dragons from this
I
past
kept
year.
begging Curtis to. I'm like, please put one aside. He's like, no, can do, man. And that was like my main thing. Like once the door opened, I had to go straight to that table and grab one before they sold out. I really wanted it.
I did have a lot of people try to tell me to hold one back, and I was like, man, I just can't because I had so many people reach out to me. I'm like, they'll be sold before the show starts. But yeah, she did a great job on those.
I actually was, when I saw this, I go, Lauren's gonna want that. So I thought that I would just go over to the table and get it super early, but Darla hooked a woman up. Darla hooked a woman up. So Lauren got, that's for, obviously.
Yeah, we actually revealed that on the Legions Ladies Live, and I think Lauren had said something in the comments about needing one, and we immediately put one to the side. We're like, okay, this one's for Lauren.
Lauren just brought this in.
Oh,
Carver
very
Customs.
nice.
That's
Cool.
Carver
cool.
Customs gave her this little Legions lady that I thought
That's
was pretty
cool.
cool.
Who
I was
made
like,
that?
oh, give it off.
Who made that?
Where's mine?
Carver Customs, I think he said.
Wow, that's cool.
Very cool.
Here, this is the closest one I found. Here's I got this from who did I get this from? Why am I having a brain fart? It's RoboCop.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cool.
Oh, that's dope.
I
Yeah, that's
remember
nice.
when you got that.
It's from Len. But no, not Len.
Lenny Kingpin.
Kingpin. Len
Yes.
Kingpin.
Yes.
I was like the guy that was across from us with the. So yeah, I saw it and it was one of those like I have to have that. I don't know why. I just have to have it.
Now, Greg, is your greatest pickup Quaisagway, picking up G? Is that your?
Actually, you know what? That
Okay, that-
really is
like-
my most favorite pickup. I love Legion cards. But one of my second favorites is this
G
custom
stands
mapper
for
that I got
Pocket
from Melissa
Glyos.
Somerville.
Very nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
You said you got that from Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, she hasn't been around in the community.
No,
for a while.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
This was a thing La Quinta.
Yeah, she had a table. She had the troll table. She had all that troll accessories.
Yeah, that was the last time she came to Legion Con.
Yeah, I bought Smoochie, one of those welder's aprons,
Ah, yes.
and then I bought the little cabal weapon holder. for the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she
I have
made
one
some
of those.
really cool stuff.
Yeah, I know she has some personal stuff going on.
Yeah, I'd like to see her come back in the community for sure. Yeah, her table was dope.
Yeah.
She even had a lady who was cosplaying Thrace
I
or
think that was
something.
the wife or her girlfriend.
Yeah, something like Thrace or Ravena or something. She was doing. Yeah, it's cool.
I think that was
Wasn't she-
before Thrace.
Wasn't she partnering with Stefan Delator too for some stuff that they were working on together?
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I thought so.
That's a long time ago already for my
I know it's crazy.
remembrance.
Yeah, the memories. Yeah.
Anybody else with a pickup from a con that they absolutely love? Dusty.
I got one from a meal, but I mean,
Ooh.
I don't know how special it is because everybody seems to get one from a meal.
Ooh, that is nice.
That's
Dusty.
cool.
From our friend John with the Euro Legions podcast.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Angie picked that up for me. She knows I like my Templars.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Rob has something there. That's
Whoa.
from Rob? Oh,
It's from Court of the Dead from Sideshow,
gotcha.
Wow.
and this is from a meal. Yeah, he did this.
I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not Gambit.
You want to see Gambit? Yeah, that was pretty funny, dude. I hope he wasn't mad about that, but yeah,
Damn. Yeah, Gambit's dope.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
dope.
this was back when he wasn't selling, and I think it took me almost a year and a half of bugging him, and then he finally gave in when he started to sell his customs.
I'm wondering if he would sell me that Catwoman for Lauren.
If it's not already commissioned, he will. He's once he popped his cherry, that was it. Like now he'll sell everything. He doesn't get out of bed for less than $400. So
he's like, Trevor bought all my stuff.
It's hard to even get a head from him for $40.
yeah. His alarm goes off. He looks over to see if he's got any commissions. If not, he goes back to sleep. So
yeah, he's got some. His stuff is dope.
mm-hmm.
I mean, the Batman is dope too, but that Catwoman was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because like I had an idea of a Catwoman that I wanted to do, and it technically looked like that minus the head.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, that's what I say when Emil does stuff too. I'm like, yeah, I was just about to do that just the same way as good.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I had that idea. I'm like, dude, like, because I'm like, you use the black, was it the Fixian 2.0 lady?
Everybody needs to thank Trevor for that. Trevor just relentlessly hounded him until he broke.
Yeah,
you're welcome. That's why I said like Trevor brings a great
show. Trevor, get in the show. Did you send the link, Brad?
You want a link, Trevor? You want to come on?
Yeah.
We're sending every.
Trevor does not turn down invitations to YouTube. Look, he's the only person that's a more bigger YouTube whore than me. So
I didn't even say nothing to Greg. I just sent him a link. I was like, I'll just send Greg a link.
Yeah, I just looked at my phone. I said, okay, let me just go put a shirt on real quick, you know?
Yeah, right there. That is.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
One by Dave Orkin.
Mm.
I had the Forge on for.
I've got one of those shirts too, but I can't wear it.
I mean, we all know the best T-shirt in the community is the Rob Zamora El Spooky Zorro shirt. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The sticker's dope too.
There'll be more. There's going to be quite a few new designs coming this year.
I like the new logo for like your on YouTube.
Yeah, cool. Jordan made that one. It's pretty
great.
Cool. Yeah, and Emil and Mark Thomas are also making their own versions.
Nice.
That little fox figurine was cool.
So I'm going to back up a second, guys, since we have Rob, and we have, of course,
Greg,
Zach. Uzak, am I pronouncing it right?
Uzak, close.
Uzak.
Oof, Zach.
You're the most
Uzak.
cool want to hear both of your guys' most comical con moment and your most special con moment.
Well, I guess my most special G-Con moment was when they announced my tribute. That was pretty. I can't really top that.
That is
in my books.
No, you can't.
It's
Comical's got to be fucking G standing on the fucking bench and still not being as tall as you.
That's good too, but nothing as comical as Dylan doing the hip flip when he saw Romo going Romo, hip flip, Romo.
You mean Romo from Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron. Robo.
Robo.
Yeah.
Robo. He said Robo.
He said Robo, hair flip.
Now, Greg, I told them that one of my funniest moments was you retelling the story of Sir Ramada to the "My Wife's Gonna Kill Me" circle a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I said we was all partaking outside, and I go, "Tell the story again, Greg." And it was just like it was the first time and better. It was. I go, we was laughing so hard. There was so many people out there. I swear there was like 14 or 20 people out there. It seemed like it was a lot.
I had everybody crying.
Yeah, everybody was in tears, and it was like, oh my god. And like I said, everybody's heard the story before 100 times, but it was like it was just perfect. Like it was just meant to be told again, right then and there.
Dude, that is a visual comic book, though. When you look at Greg with G,
and everybody does.
It looks like the Mandalorian with Baby Yoda following him around.
Everybody always does the same thing that I did when you tell the story the first time. Is if you was listening to Greg's story about the mouse in the Ramada, I always thought that the mouse was dead. So, like when he first told the first story, he never said it was a lie. He just was saying there was a mouse there, and it was looking at me.
No.
I don't know why I just assumed it was a dead mouse.
Yeah, I assumed at first it was a dead mouse too until it started moving, and I'm still on the toilet.
And I'm like, wait a minute, it was fucking alive? He's like, yeah, dog, it was looking at me. It's the best, because then when I say that, there was like 5 people like, it was alive? The same thing. They're like, no fucking way.
I thought it was dead this whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody thinks the mouse was dead. I'm like, no, it was alive, bro.
It was very much alive.
I'm like, that's what makes the story even better. Anthony, that hotel was disgusting.
It wasn't better at the time. Yeah, that hotel was disgusting. Anthony was there that time. The review that I left for that hotel was very special too.
Sweet kid.
The hotel we're in now is way too nice for us.
Yeah, the hotel now is really nice.
Yeah,
it is nice.
It's nice. It is nice. I like
Maynard walked into it, and I said they just lost a star as soon as you walked in the door.
It goes down a star in November and then goes back up a star.
Right.
Jesse. He says, sweet Candace, Mike.
Oh, yes. And I think Jesse had something to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So where does Mythic go from here? I'm going to ask all of you guys chime in on that. Where do we know where we're going with Cosmic? You know, we're doing the last book of Thraxon, but where do we go with Mythic?
We're going out on the ocean, baby.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of islands, man. There's a whole lot of my whole faction for each shelf just went out the window at this point because there's no way I'm doing a shelf for every fucking island.
You're gonna have to figure that
out. Again, that's future Greg problem.
Investing some rises.
I'm hoping we go further up north, more Vikings. And I was just watching that episode with Curtis and Jeremy, and he was talking about all the kitsunes.
Mm.
So I'm kind of hoping somebody getting an emergency. Whoa, that's crazy. Is that you, Brad?
Yeah, I think there's
big tornadoes coming there, fellers.
They got a line of thunderstorms.
Dude, wasn't there? I had a tree fall down last episode. Remember? Was y'all watching?
right at the beginning.
I was streaming one night. I think it was an Off-World. I can't remember. I was definitely on YouTube, and I started getting messages from Ange, from Dusty's Ange, and she was asking us to make sure that we're being okay and that, you know, watch out for the bad weather. Apparently there was a huge storm coming through, and I'm just sitting here streaming the whole time. I guess my kids had come downstairs, like they're all like covering their heads, and
This guy just streaming ahead. Like,
I'm just still sitting here on YouTube.
60-mile-an-hour winds. That's nothing. My roof says 110.
Dude, I got nothing down here right now.
Pete travels that fast on a scooter. So.
Yeah. Bob Hope could jump this in a golf cart.
Until he hits a curb.
Yeah.
So great. I'm thinking we go, we hit sail and we go west since they've already introduced Baether. So I'm thinking we go west and maybe get some more of Baether's faction. But once again, on Curtis at the end of the show, not Off-World, Shooting the Shelf, or what title was it under, Curtis? Was it Shooting the Shelf that night?
Which one? Oh, for the campaign?
Yeah.
That was Shooting the Shelf and then Legion's Lounge. We were dual streaming.
No, I mean at the end of the con last year, Legion's Con when
that was Shooting the Shelf.
Shooting the Shelf. So he said, and you can help me out here, Curtis, that we were going to go on.
Yeah, set sail into the future of Mythos or whatever. So, which a lot of people immediately said pirates. I kind of think like Rob. I think it's probably more Vikings.
Yeah.
Just because when I think of the aesthetic that they have, I think Vikings sounds right. And also when I think of pirates, like I think of gunpowder, cannons, pistols, and so far they've stayed away from all that in Mythic Legions. And I'm not saying that they, will forever, but I don't know. I just don't see them introducing gunpowder. So I'm thinking that it's more Vikings than it is pirates.
I agree.
Brad, for the longest time, Neve was the one that I wanted from that wave. But lately, I've completely changed my mind, and it's Brodar that I want so bad now, dude.
You will be knighted right now.
I know why he wants
I cannot wait to get that one in hand there. That one's gonna be badass, dude.
Michael, when Rob is going to be on the show, it's not looking good for you, Michael.
It is not looking good for me.
I'm gonna buy a bunch of them and just keep the pauldrons and sell the figure.
Well, you know what?
Curtis is going to keep all the titties.
Yeah.
Imagine this, Curtis.
Broder of the titty pauldrons.
May and putting Brad's pauldrons on her.
She is 1.0. They'd fit.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
It'd be like Madonna. It'd be like watching an old 90s Madonna concert. Vogue, 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 Vogue.
Nieve's an awesome looking figure.
She is.
Yeah.
Something else.
So raise your hands. Who would buy? We're trying to get into development. A shirt that has Brad's pauldrons on it, back, and then on the front it has the Legion's Lair logo, and on the back it has 5 titties, but it's TID.
Titties.
Who would buy that shirt?
We don't want to offend too many people, so we'll have
right.
Or you can make it biddies.
Biddies. I like biddies, tittle biddies. I think we can make this happen now. Curb was working on it for me. I haven't heard nothing back from Curb, but we need to get this shirt.
You need to print. You need to actually print the pauldrons on the shoulders.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe says that he can do it. He just needs artwork. That's all he said. He says, I just need artwork. So I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if it looked like the pauldrons actually were like a part of like an action figure, like they're plugging in the back of my shirt.
Pauldron setting on the shirt. Yep.
You know, I'm like, that would be cool. I'm just saying, you know, titty pauldrons, just a black shirt, titty pauldrons, maybe our logo in the middle here of the titty pauldrons, titty, all in the back. Yeah, love it.
I make fun of Brad's titty pauldrons all the time, but if you look at his and if you take one of those pauldrons off, his figure is so badass.
It's a cool looking figure.
It is, yeah.
It is.
I do believe I'm the first Viking, so we need more. I need more family. I need more Viking friends.
Brad, did they talk to you before that? Like, give you a heads up or like ask you, hey, what would you like on your?
What's crazy about it is, and I told Jeremy this, I was like, dude, that's literally like my heritage. Like, I'm of like Scottish, England, Wales, Sweden.
The hell you say?
That's I was like, technically you hit it right on the nose. Like, I'm technically like a Viking. That was like my, you know, it was my people. So I'm like, you doing that just kind of like, and I think they just didn't even ask me. They just did it. It just happened to work out that way. You know, it was just like, Jeremy's like, yeah, my ancestry DNA or whatever. So yeah, it worked out. I definitely liked it. Yeah. I always say this to Mike. I go, what if they would have made you the one figure instead of Scapular, the guy with the four arms and the line with the tail?
Said I would have loved it.
He would have loved it. He would have.
But Mike's a skeleton. Look at him. He can't deny he's a skeleton.
They would have gave you that, and you would have still loved it. You'd have been like, yeah, I love that four-armed lizard guy.
You'd be all over this room right now. Nice.
There are no snacks back.
Well, now that they've made Ganesha,
Trevor,
me and
Trevor.
Eric,
Hi.
involved.
Sorry.
There
Today's
my producing skills are weak.
I tried to stay away, but I can't. I can't.
Multiple. I just looked too. I scrolled down. I was like, "Is anybody there?" Okay, no.
So I want to know right now how many shows. I want to count of how many shows this has been on in his Mythic career, and how many shows Trevor's been on in his Mythic career, and who has the title.
Easy answer. All of
Mythic
them.
career. But...
I mean, I can guarantee I've done more in 1 week.
Yeah.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
You did more in 1 weekend as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we just caught Mythic shows, or what do we counting?
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of those photography things.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, I can't. This dude's on.
I mean, he flew out to Japan because he's a photographer
all the time.
Yeah, tell us
traveling. He's not traveling for Mythic stuff.
Yeah, Japan was awesome, man. It was
Curtis. I'm sorry, Trevor.
What's up?
I said I feel like it would be Curtis who's the winner here. But sorry, Trevor.
Probably. I mean, he's got 4 shows a week, and then he's on other people's shows, so it's like you can't. I can't. I have one every other week, so yeah, it's tough to keep up.
Nobody on this show cares about those other scales.
Trevor, that's a good question. That's a good question. Since we have him on the show here now, and we did get tribute figures, me and Mike had dinner literally
what's that like?
Was it like the night before or something, or 2 nights before G-Con or something? And we're eating dinner, and it's Big Dub and
that's right.
And right. Trevor's down in the corner, and I'm not thinking anything of this. And Mike's like, "What do you guys think the prediction of G-Con is on Friday?" And everyone's going back and forth giving their predictions, and then it gets to Trevor, and it's like quiet. And then we all kind of like look, and we're like, "Oh, wait a minute! You can't even say shit.
I can't talk about it."
And then it's like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, whatever." And then
and that was you guys, right? That was the
and to find out that we end up getting tribute figures, and you were eating dinner with us, and we were asking you about it, and you're just over there, just nonchalant, like it was all good. I never want to play cards with you ever.
Part of the job. I got a good poker face. I've been told, like playing poker when I used to play poker. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Never, ever. But yeah, that was really cool. I look back at that now. That was a cool moment.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was tough knowing that when you guys were talking about it. I mean,
that has to be hard knowing that information.
Yeah,
like when Jeremy talks about talking to Eric, and he's like 5 years ahead down the road, and it's like you want to be a fly on the wall, like you want to know that, but then it's like, do you really want to know that?
Like I said, dangerous. I like it like I don't have kids, but like I liken it to like, getting a Christmas present and watching them open it. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to tell them what it is. You want to, because it's going to be exciting. They're going to be excited for it, but it's more exciting to watch them open it. So that's kind of what I put it as.
But
people's reaction.
Rob, question. Yeah, we were literally asked to go up. We were asked to go up on the panel the night before this time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't random like CB did the first year. So me and Mike were feeling very comfortable. We're feeling like we've done this before. This is great.
Veterans. Yeah.
Yeah, we got this. And we got shut down so quick. I mean, I'm tearing up for Mike when I see Mike's getting a tribute, because I'm like, wow, Mike's getting recognized. And I'm like getting emotional. And then when they said that my figure was the first figure they showed earlier, it was something else. So yeah.
All right, Brad. I got a question for you. Put you in the hot seat.
Oh,
more emotional. All right, for you, seeing Mike getting that tribute, or Corn Boy doing his little speech at the beginning of G-Con this year.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, that's tough. But I would have to say, I'm gonna have to go with Mike, just because I was so caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
It was like like just not expecting any of that. It was just I'm just wanting them to bring out the figures so we can talk about it and let's get the show on the road. And that was something. Like I thought, like I didn't know I was about to get one, so him getting one almost meant like I got one.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'm not probably going to get one, but
you're hanging onto his coattails, and then next thing you know, oh, by the way, you got one too.
And then it shifted, and it was like, get out of here, Mike! I got my own, baby.
And let's just take a minute to appreciate the fact that it's scapular. It's not some side character like Broder.
I like the fact though that after they told you that one was for you, you made Joe bring it back out.
I did. I'm like,
yeah.
It was funny because same thing with Greg when he got his tribute figure. They showed the Sir Usak's name, and he's like, Greg said, I saw some of my last name in there, and was kind of like, what? Like what? Like you're not understanding what's going on, but you recognizing it a little bit.
Greg, with you working there, did you know beforehand?
No, actually, I did not till that moment. They're very good at keeping secrets.
Yeah, very, very good.
Very good.
Very good.
I'm not even sure.
Sometimes
I
walk in the room and they'll be like, "Get out, get out, get out," and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa."
Yeah. Whoa. You saw nothing, bitch.
Kind of what happened with the Jacob Marley box. Jeremy was in one of the rooms, and I saw the box was out of the plastic. I was like, "Oh, let me take a look at it." And he grabs the box out of my hands, like, "No, you can't see this right now." So, oh my bad. I'm gonna go back and pack a couple boxes right now.
I can picture that happening.
Speaking of keeping secrets, Trevor, you want to tell them the story of the Krampus and your conversation with Chris?
Oh Jesus, man, this was like. I don't know, like this is like the mafia. Imagine, keeping secrets on the phone with it. It's like, okay, and how ever Chris get like really serious. Chris is always goofy and hype, and then he gets really serious. He gets like, listen, no, seriously, you can't tell anybody about this. I'm like Chris, why would I tell anybody? Like I've been doing this work for you. Like I've had waves of figures. Like no, serious. I'm serious. You can't. If this gets out, I'm gonna know it's you because nobody. I'm like, oh God, Jesus Christ! All right. I swear. What do you want me to do? What do you want? Blood? I'm like,
sending the Pinkertons after Trevor.
Exactly.
Hell's coming with me.
It was he knows he was just, I mean, I know it was their first one like this and they were trying to make it a big surprise and everything. It was different than a wave that they announced and everything, but I mean, I'm like, I said okay. I got it. Yeah.
Trevor, I think I asked you one time if Bill and Nate try to get it out of you and you said no and they know better, but do you ever talk to your wife? Like, do you ever just tell her, like, you know what they made me take pictures of today?
She's like, oh, Trevor and his nerd stuff.
Yeah, doesn't care. I show her the stuff sometimes, and it's like, oh yeah, it's nice, it's cool.
Because being a fan, I would be like,
does she ever even go into your basement at all?
I wonder that.
Yeah, to go get them.
It seems like every time I go away, seems like every time I go away, there's a reason. They just got to come down here. Like the dishwasher was acting up, and you had to turn, flip the breaker on it.
There's
and,
one you're missing.
You had to come down here for that, and I'm like, oh Christ! All right.
You see how Trevor got quiet there for a minute? He's like, all right.
I remember
turn down.
Did you see anything?
The second, I think it was the second. What was the Legion's Con? Was it the third Legion's Con that was in the bingo hall in the back of the Toy Con, New Jersey?
Yeah,
second one.
Okay, second one. So they had a tornado warning here, and she's texting me. She's like, "We got a tornado warning. I have to take the dogs into the basin." I'm like, "The dogs in the basement?" I'm like, "Is it really going to be that bad?"
Wait until
I'm like, "Come on, really? It'll be fine, All right, okay.
Are they big dogs?
Go to the bathroom and shut
But
the
they're
door.
small dogs.
And then like a half an hour later, she's like, "You got a lot of stuff down here."
Whoops.
I know. Yeah.
Those are great stories.
Yeah.
That's why I just keep my stuff in the living room. It's right out in the open.
Yeah,
It's probably the way to be.
Problem.
Our house, we're lucky. Our house has 2 rooms. Like it has like a living room and like a den or a small family room. So I just gave the front room to Angie. Do what you want, but don't say nothing about what's in this other room. And then when the kids all grew up, moved out of the house, and my mom passed, I took over one of the bedrooms. So now I've got 2 rooms. And she has 2 rooms. Of course, she took over our
That's
bedrooms.
my next move. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Look at me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next set of kids to move out, and that'll be the dragon room. So,
How many do you have left, Curtis, in the house?
3, but 2 of them are twins that I think are going to move out together. I think that's my next one. So, yeah, 2 for 1 special.
nice.
They don't share a room, Curtis?
They do, yeah. But they're thinking about moving out together, which means I would get that room. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've already sold. I told Mike.
That's going to be Darla's sewing room. He just doesn't realize it yet.
Hey, she doesn't need a big room for sewing, right? Just a little area, Little...
I'd totally give her a room for sewing if she wanted it. She just she's got a little spot in her bedroom that she uses. But yeah, if she wanted that, heck, that just means more capes for me. So.
Curtis is like that one Dave Chappelle episode where he's got the Nike ladies down in the basement making all the He's like, it was like whatever, like MTV Cribs. He's like, look, I got my own Koreans down here.
Mr. Curtis, can I go to the No? Finish that cape.
Yeah, you got 15 more sparkle capes, bitch. Darla's like, you can't talk to them that way. God damn, I can't. I paid good money for them.
It's not wired.
I told you to put wires in that.
I told you.
What gauge is this? That's the wrong gauge.
Now that conversation we've had before. Yeah, she tried to use a thinner gauge on like a hooded one, and I'm like, what gauge is this? This isn't holding at all. This is terrible.
Nobody told you to switch gauges.
Yeah, well, it's just a hood. I thought that the thinner wire is just
You
terrible.
thought wrong.
Yeah, back to the
Let
drawing
me
board.
do the thinking.
Oh man, fix it now.
She's over there looking all sad.
Oh.
We love you, Darla.
As
You
long
do
as
a
you're
good
making
job. You
cakes.
do an amazing job.
Look, we love you. Dragon. Well, this is the dragon we have for now. So
Yep.
this can fit on the flag, obviously.
Yes,
but
for sure.
I'm making room. I told Mike I sold 2 big shit, or I sold a night raven, a rattler that was on my flag. Just trying to make some room, Just
Nice.
How long before you sell them all
What the GI Joe
of your Joes?
I don't know.
You don't have a GI Joe tribute figure. I mean, why are you holding on to all that?
It's true. It's true.
Need
But
some.
I could get someone to
Grow up.
3D
Get the
print
6-inch.
me. Yeah, someone out there could 3D print me Broder heads so I can put them on all my shipwrecks.
Mm.
Ah.
How many shipwrecks you got?
Nice.
101.
Oof.
Wow.
That's a lot of semen.
A lot of semen.
That is a lot of semen.
I've customed a few. I got some Tiger Force shipwrecks, which means I have Duke and everybody else as sailors.
Check out the comment from Lauren.
The bucket, Dusty.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that because I wanted his GI Joes. I was just wanting to see his reaction.
She's already making plans.
Well, Mike said that. Mike goes, "You sold vehicles," and I said, "You know what? I'm more into the GI Joe figures than I am probably the vehicles, and I'll probably never own every damn vehicle. There's just too many damn GI Joe shits for the 80s. You'll never. You can, but I mean, yeah,
it's a lot.
There's a lot. So I'd just rather have the figures."
The only one I would have to have is if they came out with the Cobra Wolf for classified. I love that thing.
That's
cool. So cool. Yeah.
I mean, I wish they would come out with a classified flag and be like, it's $1,200, and I would like the dragon. I'd be like, all right,
take up your whole house.
Yeah,
well, that'll be more than $1,200 now.
Yeah,
just the command deck would be.
Yeah, I mean that scale might be like $2,000.
I would
You'd have to lay that thing out. It'd have to be like a rubber mat you lay out on your floor and just have a big command deck you set on it.
Think about it. That would be such a sick ass piece because you could put the whole classified collection on that flag. Just like, boom, it'd just be right there. Instant display piece.
Ain't nobody got room for that.
I know. They would sell like 100 maybe on HasLab. But hey, whatever.
If they do it, I'm not running a 24-hour campaign. I'm just telling you that right now. Yeah.
Are you going to give away a free one? Curtis?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not giving a free flag away.
So, Curtis, after that 24 hours, how long did you sleep? Did you get up the next day?
I slept a good probably 8-9 hours. So it was a pretty good night's sleep. But yeah, I was pretty tired, man. I think when we got into the Latin legions, I was fading hard. Like, man, those poor Latin boys, they carried my dead, lifeless body over the 5-hour mark so that I could hit it with a 5-hour energy drink, and then
we had to start talking about naked toes just to keep
that was the
I was messaging him on the side, stand up, walk around.
Yeah.
Take deep breaths.
See, I was telling him to take a nap because I don't want to deal with this crazy later on.
I had some people telling me to go to sleep and some people telling me to stand up and walk around, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit here.
Trevor was afraid you was going to give away a dragon and get him involved.
No, I just thought he was going to be all crabby and tired. And
Karen says, I enjoyed the replay of Legion's Lounge on my way home last night. It was a very good episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks. It was that was kind of spur of the moment, but that was fun. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of pantheons of gods that we could go down. So there's and that's
Brad,
not all we could do, obviously. So.
What's that?
I said check the private chat. I don't know if you can pull that up on Reddit.
Let's see.
Secrets don't make friends.
You have access to the private chat too, Dusty.
Right? Oh, okay, here we go.
What'd you say, Curtis?
Oh, you have access to it as well. It's over there at the top. Private chat.
That's 1/18 scale.
Holy shit!
What's funny is
That looked like it took up his whole living room.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm
Oh
on
my
the table.
god! I didn't even see. I saw the boat in front. I didn't see the aircraft carrier in the back. Jesus!
My God!
What the hell, man?
Whoa!
I can't even
Now,
imagine like what one would be. That would be huge.
there's a guy here in Ohio that made something similar like this.
That's stupid.
And I got to go to how it is. It's ridiculous.
That's insane.
But yeah, that is insane.
It literally looks like he bought an old mobile home and gutted it to put this in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely like his whole basement. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody, well,
garage.
Hot Toys
Okay.
made a 1/6 scale Millennium Falcon that took up. It's like the size of a garage. It's insane.
wow.
But man, this is.
Hopefully he made that in like sections so you can move it. Obviously, I would hope.
I think that's in the garage because that's like wheels on the bottom that he had to roll that in.
Yeah, because the guy I seen, he did make his into like 4 pieces so he can move it. Because I guess he does take it to like Joe conventions or does something.
That'd be cool.
Nuts.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
For that reason, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you need a trailer for that.
Oh yeah, you ain't not putting that in the back of a truck. That's for sure. Not even one piece of it. I don't think. That's just incredible.
I think I'm gonna have to rent a trailer to pick up these dragons, man.
How many you getting?
Well, yeah. I mean, Terrence is watching. He might be
4, I think. I don't remember.
Be getting a trailer.
4 maybe. I don't remember actually.
So how many people here actually are going to go pick up their dragon?
Oh yeah, man.
Well,
Sure.
Greg. Yeah, you guys are
Not me.
close.
Greg, you'll be there. I mean,
Curtis, if we'd have been smart,
you could just like
I'll be-
piecemeal it one at a
Drag
time.
off and I'll be loading cars on the weekends.
Well,
Curtis,
I mean,
if you and I had been smart, we could have powwowed up and got our dragons.
I looked at it. I told myself if the shipping was going to be over 300, I was going to go ahead and just pick it up. And it ended up being like 160 or something. So I was like, I'll just
That's
Gas
what
and
mine
tolls
was,
would be
like
more than that.
164 or something.
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, I did the same thing. I
Oh,
think
yeah, I
it
get
was
like 6 people and rent out a big U-Haul truck and then 2 of them drive out.
yeah.
Ooh, Dragon Party Bus. There you go. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go back to that. Yeah, I think mine was like $86 for one dragon, like one all in everything.
That's not
And I
bad.
figured
That's not bad.
that's like
That's
2
cheaper
tanks
than
of gas, and it takes
Mine. I
one
think.
tank there and one tank back. So if it was going to be anywhere where I'm saving money, and it just meant like, but at this point I'm like, I'm not really saving any money. In fact, it's
No.
not a bad deal.
I mean, it's also the experience. You coming out.
yeah, and that's what it would be. It would be all about that.
You kind of make it a mythic meetup at that point, like
Mhm.
you hang out for the day, or even a weekend. You
Yep.
stay overnight for one of the nights or something, get some get-togethers,
Oh, boy.
hangouts, and then
Thundering.
It's a little too far for me and Curtis to do that. I mean, that'd be a
I'm saying
all-day drive.
I think that's what Terrence
Or
was trying to say.
2-day drive,
Or
depending on
2-day drive.
yeah.
They're giving us the signal again. Lauren had to turn it down. I guess we're supposed to get blasted.
I'm getting hit here now.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're like 20 minutes south of me. So
Angie's gonna start calling you guys.
Yeah,
Tell you
it's
guys you
coming,
need to be
dude.
careful. Yep.
Angie's gonna be worried about y'all. She's in there watching the weather as we speak.
I'm not leaving the stream. Everybody
I
else.
think they're just telling us to go to the basement. I'm like, I can't go to the basement. I have a show to do, like Curtis. To be like Curtis.
Serious.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
if you hear
don't, I
the
don't know
train
that I'm
come-
anything to look up to. I don't think that's what you want to emulate.
As the tree comes in through the window.
Right.
Your tree already fell. You're fine.
But he stayed online, even through the tree coming through the living room.
It was, yeah. I'd be like, whoa, this is messed up, guys. So how's G-Con next year
Yeah.
going to feel for you?
Tree falls in the window. Brad starts sitting action figures on it.
Like real life freaking photos.
You put
Looks
some
like we're
crap-
getting rain out here Friday and Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, whole freaking weekend, man. It sucks.
Damn, and Wednesday and Thursday. Sheesh, damn, that's the whole next week.
I gotta get up at 3 a.m. to
I got
get to the
I gotta call
airport
my
for
doctor
the
tomorrow. I'm gonna have to tell him I'm gonna need another week
meetup.
off.
Now, Curtis, are you flying out just for the meetup, or did it just happen to coincide with something you already had going on?
Yeah, our daughter's getting married this weekend in California, and it just so happens that it's like
Congratulations.
an hour away from where the meetup is going to be on the same day.
Oh, so
that conversation was like, what time is the wedding? Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
it's the same day as the wedding.
Yeah,
Curtis is like, I think I can pencil that in.
So the meetup is in the morning, and I got to be there at the venue for pictures by like 1 o'clock. So I'm like, I could probably go for a couple hours.
So you're going dressed up to the meetup, right?
I think I'm going to leave my shirt and tie in the car and just wear a t-shirt, but like my dress pants and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are you walking her down the aisle?
No. It's my stepdaughter. So
I'm gonna say they're gonna be like, "Where's the dad?"
Yeah, it's Darla's one of Darla's children from her first marriage. So, but it'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Curtis like, do I really need to be in the picture? I mean, you know.
If I can get an hour at the meetup, I'm good. I think I'll probably be able to squeeze out 2. So I don't need anything more than that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's enough to get there, get Joe Gonzalez a hug, and then take off. So
It's gonna be a pocket figure for the wedding.
Well, a pocket figure. Oof. Maybe if I can get a barbarian at the meetup, I would have that. So I'd like to get another barbarian.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, Mike needs
What
one.
color hair you gonna use for the wedding?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What color is the the bridesmaids? You want it to go with the bridesmaids if you
Yeah, they're wearing like a lilac. So
very well.
Yeah.
Quick paint job, little purple hair for the barbarian.
Little paint on your nail.
That barbarian should never have purple hair.
What?
What about anybody else going to either the Lehigh or the California meetup this weekend?
What about Lehigh?
I might do Lehigh. I gotta see if I could jump in a car with somebody to get down there. I'll go down, but that drive for me will be a little much right now.
How long of a drive is it?
Like an hour and a half, hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, if I go, I'll pick you up, man. If you want,
I'm down.
Oh, you guys got to record something. If you guys are going to be taking a trip in the car together, I mean that would be great.
Because, dude, Trevor ain't driving anything like large.
I got a Jeep. I got a Jeep.
Yeah, a Jeep. Yeah, a Jeep. Like that's something large.
The Adventures of Trevor and Big Greg. That would definitely make it on PGG. Yeah.
Trevor driving his Jeep, Greg halfway out the top of it.
I'm messaging Jordan right after this. Jeep, Trevor, Big Greg, make it happen.
Just strap a camera to the front.
It almost happened in IshCon.
No?
That's right. Yeah. It should have happened at IshCon. Yeah. Damn it! I should have taken that trip. That was the worst, man. Oh my God! They rerouted me to Miami, where there was a hurricane coming through, because there was a storm in New York or something, and they couldn't get anybody. I'm like, what are you doing? It was ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous.
Yeah, and I saw him right before he left to the airport, and I was about to drive back the same morning. I went to get a breakfast sandwich for the ride.
Yep, I should have gone. Take the chance when it's like in front of you, man. You know what I mean? I just figured, it's gonna be a long ride. I ended up getting it into like 5 o'clock in the morning the next day. So,
Longer ride.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So that, wow. That brings up I'm trying to figure out how to describe this question. I guess that brings up another question. Craziest con travel stories.
Oh boy.
Easy.
Oh boy.
Trevor's. Now you went with Billy Beige over.
I was going to say Curtis went with Billy
Yeah.
Beige.
Yeah, I drove with Billy Beige, which was just, I love Billy from afar. But yeah, dude, the way there was rough. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but the way back, like I was already, first of all, I was beat, just from the weekend. Like you don't get a whole lot of sleep and everything. And we got really like hardly any sleep Saturday into Sunday, and then we left Sunday night. We weren't staying Sunday to Monday, which was, first of all, the stupidest idea. You got to stay till Monday, like get at least one good night's sleep before traveling back. But we left Sunday, and it was just taking forever, man. And I'm just like, after I don't know, about 12 hours or so, I was fading hard. And I told Billy, I was like, and this dude's just sleeping the whole time, like not keeping me company, not talking. It was just, and I'm like, at one point I go, listen, like I'm fading. Either you're gonna have to take over driving for a little bit, or I'm gonna have to pull over and take a nap in a parking lot. And he's like, that's fine. Go ahead and pull over and take a nap. So I pull into, yeah.
I knew that was going to be the end of that sentence.
There's no way he was driving. So I pull into a hotel parking lot, and I tried to sleep for like an hour and a half. Meanwhile, he's over on his phone, like playing YouTube videos and stuff, like with the volume on, right? So like he's watching, and I'm like, if you're gonna be awake, like just fucking drive, like. So anyway, so we really, it ended up taking like 20 hours to get home, something like that, to my house, and then he still had a 10-hour drive down to Mississippi once we got here, and we got here, and Darla pulls me to the side, and she's like, does he need to come in and like take a nap or something? I'm like, he's fine. He doesn't need to sleep. He's okay. And like, and I'm just ready for him to move on. And he's like, can I go in and use your restroom real quick? And I go, yeah, I guess, whatever. Just make it quick. Like I was just so ready. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted him to be gone. Like I said, I love Billy, but he is not a great travel partner. So
he said I wanted him to be gone.
Yeah.
So Angie and I, our first trip to Legion's Con was our first like official road trip together, like for a long distance road trip.
Wow.
And so we're driving, and the plan was we're going to knock these 12 and a half hours out as fast as we can. But I know you're going to have to use the bathroom and stuff, so we'll plan for 13 and a half, whatever. We get about halfway through Ohio, and she's like, I want to go to the 9/11 memorial in Pennsylvania. So and I was like right now? She's like, yeah, we're going into the city to see the 9/11 memorial when we get to New Jersey. She's like, let's just go see the other one too. And she's like, it's only like 10 minutes off the highway. So I'm like, oh, okay, okay, whatever, we got all day. Let's do it.
Sure.
So we go there. She gets lost. It's not 10 minutes off the highway. It's more like an hour off the highway. Oh. She gets lost. She's in some dude's driveway that is like the closest entry point to where the crash site was. So she turns around, drives the wrong way on a one-way street. So we finally get around to where the actual park entrance is. We go to the park. We check out the memorial. It's awesome. It was worth it, So when we go back, she's like, well, I think the highway is this way, so we'll just go this way. So we go this way, and it ends up being a two-lane yellow line divided highway through the mountains. We get halfway up the first mountain. We get stuck behind a piece of large, like wide load construction equipment doing 20 miles an hour all through the mountains. There's no way to get around it. So this little 10-minute off the highway costs us 2.5, almost 3 hours.
Have you?
By the time we got back,
You heard of GPS?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was using the GPS, but apparently the GPS was not very aware.
Mm.
So
Wow.
so we did that on the way up, which turned our 13-hour trip into a 16-hour trip.
Oof.
Oof.
But I always try to find like the bright spots. So when we came into Jersey and came down over the hill and you could see the skyline all lit up, it kind of made it worth it. Even though we saw that several times over the weekend. But so that was that. And then on the way home, Brad, you know this story because it's how I found the 2-pack she bought me. She hit one of the famous New Jersey potholes and blew a tire out on the side of the highway. So our 12, 13-hour trip home ended up being 17 hours or something like that, because we had one guy come out and he was just going to put the donut on because there was like a firestone just a couple miles away, and he didn't have the tool to fit my lug nuts because apparently there's an issue with my car where the lug nuts swell up over time.
Oh my God.
You're damn Ford. You and your swelling up Ford lug nuts.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about, Brad.
Lug nuts.
So he couldn't take the tire
Happens
off,
to
so
all of us.
He had to call a flatbed tow truck. So the flatbed tow truck has to tow my car to the Firestone. We end up sitting at Firestone for 3 hours while these guys were hacking and sawing on these lug nuts to try to get them off.
Oh my
Put
God.
this tire on. And
Oh my God.
Wow.
Did you have any?
And you spoiled your surprise.
Yeah, because when I went to get because I was just going to put the spare on myself, with
And
the
then
tire
you see your 2-pack in the back, like, where the hell?
So when I'm pulling everything out of the trunk, I'm like, where the hell does 2-pack come from? She had it hid in the car.
You didn't say anything to her, did you?
Oh yeah, I was like, where'd this come from? She was standing right there.
Did you steal this at the con?
We got
like,
somebody else's package here.
I was like, oh my God, did I grab?
We got to
this
go
off
back.
somebody's table, and couldn't compute it.
Oh wow!
Those damn Ford lug nuts and their New Jersey.
Us being car people, we know about, especially working at Summit Racing, we know about Ford lug nuts. That was one downfall they had, I guess. I have a little funny one. I don't know if it's as terrible as your guys's, but I had the privilege to driving to New Jersey with Ryan K. Anthony. I don't know if anyone, look at Mike laughing in the back. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Ryan K. Anthony.
Ryan's a good dude, though.
He is such a good dude. He has hooked me up. I got so many birds at retail pricing.
Wow.
Like, this guy was really hooking it up and helping me build my collection. Now, he needed a ride to Legion's Con, and he's a little eccentric on some things, a little odd, a little different. And Andy was going to stay with me in the room, and I'm like, sure, no problem. What the hell? What's the harm of this? So now I'm used to driving with Mike. And I'm used to rooming with Mike, and me and Mike seem to get along quite well. And when we travel, we don't stop a lot. Like, it's a one-stop shop in New Jersey. Like, it's 6 hours from here to New Jersey. We stop one time to eat, fill up, and it's literally the same way on the way back. Like,
the way it should be done.
And when we do stop, it seems to be kind of quick. Like, we're like, hey, let's get this food. Let's get, do you want to eat here? Do you want to just get the
stretch my leg?
Yeah, like,
Yeah. Pee, grab a hot dog, hit the road.
Yeah. Very simple. Very simple.
Yeah.
Now,
Then get something to eat.
Ryan goes, oh, well, if you drive, and this is what Mike does, I usually drive, Mike pays for gas. That's just kind of like our thing. Ryan said he would do the same thing. And Ryan's like, you drive, I'll pay for gas. So I'm like, cool. So we get not too far into our travels. I'm low on gas because I didn't fill up beforehand. And he goes and fills up the tank, I assumed. And he gets in the car, and I turn the car on, and I noticed the gas gauge only went up like a little bit. And I'm like, oh, what happened, dude? And he's like, oh, I just put 20 in because gas is a little expensive here in Pennsylvania. Maybe we'll get it cheaper up the road. And I'm like, I think all of Pennsylvania is expensive, and it's going to be expensive everywhere in Pennsylvania. Doesn't matter where you get gas in Pennsylvania.
Not to mention, the gas stations are 800 miles away from each other.
Oh my God.
Well, and Pennsylvania is about 12 hours wide, right? So it's not like you're going
He stopped 100 times because he only wants to put 20 in at a time. Yeah. So the whole way there, he only puts 20 in at a time, if that, and like we just barely get by there. And I'm like, I don't understand this. Like it was like I would like just fill it up and we can go. But at the same time, I think what was happening is he takes medication, so he has to stop and eat and drink a lot. So I think he was doing that so it would force me to stop and whatnot, which I'm not used to doing. I'm like, bro, we stopped like 8 times, and like me and Mike would have like stopped maybe once, if that. And
usually a lot of times we'll go right through.
Yeah, oh yeah. So then he's like, I'm getting hungry. I have to eat, with my medication, and I'm like, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I don't like fast food. Well, what do you like? Normal, you get off the highway, that's kind of what it is. I don't like greasy fast food. Okay, well, what do you want? Do they have a Chick-fil-A? I'm like, well, Chick-fil-A is not like your typical off the highway. Let me get out my flip phone. And he gets out his flip phone and he's going through and he's like trying to like find it.
A flip phone.
And then he's like, oh, wait a minute, here's the it's loading. Hold on. It said that exit that you just passed. Oh, well, I guess I'll find another one. And I'm like, dude, what? Oh my God. So finally he finds a Chick-fil-A. He says it's right off the highway. So we get off the highway. All of the fast food is like right here. It's like, hey, simple convenience, right off the highway, get back on. Make a left. I go down 10 minutes in. Now I'm in construction. Now we're like 15, 20 minutes in the opposite way of where we should be going.
Is that how you went all, Brad?
Should have stopped at the 9/11 memorial too while you were there.
So eventually we're at the college, and I'm like, this is a college campus. What the fuck is going on? He goes, I think the Chick-fil-A is inside the college campus restaurant.
Oh my God.
I said, I don't even know if it's in there. Maybe
like, go if you can go there.
Go maybe it's for the college people only, and that's why they don't advertise it. I go, he's like, why aren't you parking? I'm like, because I'm not fucking going to the Chick-fil-A.
He's on the Chick-fil-A Reddit or something like that. Like,
so I literally, and like wherever we were, it was like 1-lane road. Like, you can't turn here, 1 lane. I'm like, gotta go 1 way. I'm like, dude, construction. And then another 15, 20 minutes back to the highway. And then he's like, well, I have to eat. I have to take this medication. And I was like, I'm ready to lock you in cages and leave you in the Mexican border. I am like, wow. So we made it. We eventually got him something. He found, I swear to God, he found a Friendly's. I don't know if you've ever heard of Friendly's restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
They used to have them here in Ohio, but like they got rid of them.
Ice cream and food. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he finds this old school Friendly's restaurant, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Jesus Christ, let's just eat there. But yeah, that was my little thing. And then I wish Greg. Oh, Greg's back. Greg. So do you remember when I came to your house back? What was that? 22 with Noah Pratt.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, we left at like 10, but like we got to Greg's, we're kicking it, we're chilling. It's like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. He texts me, Ryan does, like, where are you at? What are you doing? And I'm like, hey, Dad, you can go to bed. Wait up for
Now, what about the snoring?
Okay, so then
this is great.
Damn.
So every night he's not a social person, so he would hang out a little bit in the lobby in 22, and then he would go to bed about 10, 11. obviously I'm staying up to 1, 2 in the morning. I come in. I'm trying to be respectful. As soon as I open the door, and I'm like, damn, dude. And I could have left the door open, took a number 2, blasted. He was not waking up. I mean, he's just like. So I'm like trying to go to bed. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Lauren, be nice.
Dude, it's like really bad. And so that happened all the nights because we were there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Sunday morning I wake up and he's like, hey, Mr. Snorzy Pants. I was like, dude, don't even
Oh my god, dude.
Don't even fucking
Did you attack him like Rick Moranis attacks a radar dish?
What? I came in, it's quiet as hell. You could hear a pin drop. So I go over, I turn the fan on because I'm trying to muffle his ass. And
Trevor,
he wakes up and is like, why is the fan on? And just turns it off. And like, as soon as he turns the fan off, I'm like awake. I'm like, why? And he's like, hey, Mr. Snorzy Pants. I'm like,
oh my,
die now. I'm like, you will.
Now I will.
Oh my god!
We'll say that year Ryan saved everybody.
Yeah, he found the air conditioning.
Found the thermostat.
Yeah,
he did. Ryan did find.
He was the hero.
It was still hot as hell, even with the air on. But yeah, it would have been worse with it without.
So, on the way home, there's still more to the story because on the way home, I drive the whole way home. Same thing. Stop 8 times. $15, $20 at a time.
Dude, why don't you buy him a plane ticket at that point? Seriously, Jesus Christ!
So literally 8 times the whole way home. But then, for some reason, the last stop, we're getting very close to being home. The last stop, he fills up the fucking tank, and I'm like he gets in the car, and I open up, and I'm like, I see it go all. I'm like, what the? I'm like, you mean to tell me? 30 minutes from home, you fill up the fucking tank. I appreciate it because now I'm going to have gas later, but why?
Oh my god.
So we get home.
Curtis, I don't ever want to hear you mention Billy's name again.
Oh, I got another part to tell on that, but I'll wait for Brad to finish. 20
minutes away from my house, so I drive home. And he goes, man, I am tired. Do you think I can just stay the night at your house? And I'm like, well, I go, I guess. And he walks in and he sits down on my chaise lounge and he just sits there like he's going to bed on my chaise lounge. And I was like, okay. So I got him a blanket and I covered him up and I went to bed.
Good night, Mr. Snorzy Pants.
You covered him up? I go, yeah, I did. I covered him up and then I went right to bed.
So I forgot to mention when I got to that La Quinta, the Legion's Con with Billy, you know, we had been driving for a long time, and you know, we came in, said hi to Lynn, said hi to Jeremy, and I told Billy, I was like, I got to go up to the room for a little bit. You know, I'll be back down later or whatever. So I go up to the room and I got to take a shit, man. I got to take a, you know, and so I go in there and I'm, you know, dropping deuce. And all of a sudden I hear the door open and Billy goes, hey, you decent? And I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a shit. And he goes, I got Nikki Nicole here to meet you.
What the hell? No, not the queen.
Did she hear you say that?
You were taking a dumb.
Brought her up to the room as I'm shitting and is like, yeah. So then he's like, oh, well, we'll just wait for you. So,
no pressure. No pressure. Take your time.
Come back in an hour.
Trying to finish up like as quietly and inconspicuous as possible, you know.
Are you talking about the hotel that has?
Meanwhile,
no
he just
did you put some music on?
Did you attack Billy like Rick Moranis attacks?
He's just got her like the way that was set up. There was almost like a living room area, and then the bedroom in the back. So they're just like standing in like the living room area, waiting for me in the room.
God.
in the room, waiting for me to come out.
There's no fucking way. I'd be like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like I'll meet you when I get downstairs. Like,
yeah, well,
and what really, like, not only was I like, why would you bring somebody up to the room not knowing if I'm naked, taking a crap, I'm sleeping, I'm in bed, whatever. Like, you just bring them up to the room.
Anyway.
But also, why the hell did she follow him? Like, that's what I'm like, why, out of all people, why did you follow Billy up to the room?
I mean, Billy was in a row.
Kevin says do the class.
The only way Billy got that to happen is he put something in her drink. That's the only way he was getting hurt.
I don't know, but I was like, man, this is the most awkward situation ever. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
That might take the cake.
Oh my God.
Now, see, that's the thing. Like, me and Mike, like, we have no shame in the game. Like, we're like, hey, you do your thing, I do my thing. Like we were gonna go with Reynolds Cruz, and he's like, well, I have irritable bowel syndrome. Like, we don't give a shit, bro. Like, we just go. Like, we don't care. Like, we're not gonna make fun. Like, it's natural. Come on. But bringing Nikki Nicole into the room is different. That's a little. Like, maybe you'd met her before, but like
first time meeting anybody. I've never met anybody from the community, right? It's like the first time I'm gonna meet this person is as they're sitting in the room waiting for me to finish taking a shit.
Yeah,
that's just the bad. Once you came out.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, the correct thing to do there is say, I'm sorry, Nikki, we're gonna have to
reschedule.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Well, I mean, he could have just called them. There's a new thing called cell phones.
Yeah.
And you could, like, before actually having to go and physically see somebody, be like, hey, I want to ask you a question. So I traveled 13 states up to see you real quick. You just call the person and be like, hey, are you decent?
Kevin, is that why Nikki hasn't been back?
That was the last. That was the last one that Nikki went to. Yes.
What you should have done is message Will and said, get her the fuck out of here.
Jesus Christ. Dude, I'd have strangled Billy. I'd have strangled him.
Speaking of snoring, I don't want to tell.
We love
I guess
Billy,
I'm telling tales out of school. But this wasn't Legion's Con, but this was Mesquite Con. And
Nate?
Malcolm Kennedy and and this is like the Euro guys will tell you the same thing. They've talked about it on the show, so it's no secret. And Mel knows, like he snores like a chainsaw in a blender, man. I've never heard anybody like this in my life. And Nate put us up in and he's got a beautiful finished basement and stuff and big couch. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we start going to sleep and Mel does warn me, like, I do. He's like, in his Mel way, I do snore a bit. And I'm like, that's fine. I put headphones in, whatever. Oh my God. I've never heard anything like this in my life. It was, and I was nice about it the next day, but like by the time the weekend was over, I'm like, I had to tell him, I'm like, because I had to go in Nate's other room. Like I had to go into his collection room and set up a bed, like an air bed in there. Cause it was crazy. It was insane. I've never heard anything like it. Now I think I snore too, but like, not. It was crazy.
I tell you who's Brett Stoddard can saw some logs too, man. That dude. Oh yeah. I stayed with him
about Brett Stoddard snoring.
I know, right? I stayed with him and Jesse. I stayed with him and Jesse at MesquiCon, and I just kind of sat in a chair. I slept in a chair next to the like the vent, and I had a big fan there. So I got the vent, the fan, all blowing to try to drown out the noise. It nothing, dude. It did nothing. Yeah. Like it was, and then not only that, but he wakes up at like 3 a.m. Like the dude's like he goes to bed at like 8 at night, wakes up at like 3 a.m.
Oh,
so
I stayed. I forgot what kind of way. It was me and another studio employee person. I'm not going to say exactly who, but I thought I killed him because I kept throwing all my pillows. Because he was like, look, if I snore, just throw a pillow at me. I said, all right, cool. So I took 2 of his pillows from the very beginning because I said, all right, I'm just going to use the other 2 pillows that come with your bed. You only need 2 pillows. So I throw his 2 pillows on him. So it muffles him for a second. You get a little muffled. You still hear it very loudly through the pillows. So there's 2 pillows on his face. So I take my other pillow, I hit him like hard. I said, maybe wake up. So I like put a little steam to it.
Just kind of put it on his face like that.
Dude, I could see this cartoon where a pillow lands a pillow land.
So
A pillow
there was
land.
a small like
Oh,
gap between all the pillows. That was like a nice tunnel, and it was like fucking coming out of it. So I grabbed the last pillow.
You're amplifying it.
I gotta get that fucking like lobbed it up. It was like cornhole, and I fucking nailed it. But then all of a sudden, I thought I was killing him because he was like, I felt like he was dying in there. And I fucking ran up, took the pillows off. I'm like, "You all right, man? You all right?" He's like, "Huh? Man, I said, "Pull the fuck over, man. You're fucking loud as hell, man."
Fucking cornhole nailed it.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mike has said I have snored before, so I have been known to get loud myself.
You can, you can hit it pretty good, but it's nothing. It's not a big deal at all. Yeah.
I did notice bringing a fan to Legion's Con last year helped.
Oh, I got a little travel fan. I can't go anywhere without it. Yeah.
Yeah, that little fan helped out a lot.
Angie's the same way, dude. She was a single mom for years and years and years. So, I mean, somebody could stick a pin in a pillow and she'd freak out thinking, somebody was going to rob her and kill her. So she has to bring a fan and all kinds of shit with her everywhere she goes.
Brendan, you better watch it because I keep wiping my face because there's tears rolling down because I'm crying. I'm laughing so much. Shit. Oh yeah, fans all the way. We have fans running all season long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't go away. It's a matter of do you have two fans or one fan? Is it a 2-fan night or is it a 1-fan night? Like, that's where we're at. I know Lauren. I can hear Lauren in there laughing.
Yeah, now I just bring my AirPods and I just fucking pop them in. And
I lobbed it up and I fucking nailed it.
Well, Trevor, you missed it at Mesquite Con this year. I went upstairs to take a nap, and Mike didn't come with me this year, so I had the room by myself. And I was sitting there scrolling my phone. I just kind of like passed out for a little bit, and I woke up to the alarm going off. What I thought was the alarm, but it was actually the fire alarm for the hotel telling me to exit the building. Do not use the elevator.
That was wild.
Wow. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I woke up to please, the hotel. And
there's a fire in the hotel.
Yeah,
I didn't hear this story.
That's what it said. There's a fire in the hotel. Please exit the building. Do not use the elevator. I'm like, fuck. I'm on the third floor.
Oh shit.
Dude, what is crazy is when that alarm went off, I jumped up. I'm like, got my shoes on, I got my coat on, and Angie's over like, I gotta fix my hair. There's a fire in the building.
Somebody just pulled the fire.
Wait.
Your shit, let's go.
So you're telling me she's messaging me when I'm on YouTube during a thunderstorm, but she's gonna get her hair ready during a fire? Okay.
Priorities.
Now, what I thought was cool though,
she was like packing everything. I'm like,
this is where Mike would have been cool if he would have been there, because I go down into the lobby. Of course, we go down some like freaking back staircase outside and come back into the lobby, and everybody's there. And I noticed some kid has Defenders of Eden freaking Caspar figure.
Nice.
And he's like got it clenched, and I was like, oh, hey, where'd you get that from? He goes, I just won it at the con. And I was like, oh, you won it. Cool. You were the kid that won. He said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, he heard the alarm. He didn't want to leave. So he didn't want to leave Caspar behind.
Oh, that was the night of the Mythic meetup?
No, that was the next day. That was Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's probably the night.
No, it had to have been the day of the meetup, right? Because it was in the day and it wasn't during the con.
It was Matt Rod gave away a figure at the end of the con.
Oh, that's right.
But he only gave tickets out to kids. So the tickets were only for kids. So that kid was holding on to that. But when I told that kid that was an exclusive figure and how it was kind of rare and whatnot, he was all like, his eyes got all big. And he's like, really? I was like, he like loved it.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, like I told him like it was like kind of rare. And he's like, oh, wow. Like it's even special.
What could I sell it for on eBay? Wow.
That was probably the night that I was stepping in dog shit at Steven's house.
It had to have been. It had to have been.
Yeah.
Which I love that story too, by the way.
Yeah, two nights in a row, his dog shit by the front door, and one of the nights was I thought Steven had left. I thought that during the meetup he had left because I couldn't find him. Nobody knew where he was at, and I was like, oh well, I'm staying at his house. Like I don't want to, like show up after they're asleep and stuff and wake everybody up and everything. So I head to the house and there's nobody there. He's not there, and I'm like, oh crap. So I walk in and I'm going to text him to see where he's at, but he's not answering me. And as I walk in the door, I immediately step in dog shit. And I was like, oh. And so I take off my shoes and I like go up to like get cleaning supplies and stuff. And next thing you know, I hear the door open and it's Steven and his wife. And Courtney she goes, oh my gosh, there's dog shit everywhere. She's like, did you step in it? He's like, I didn't step in it. She's like, well, check your shoes. And they're both checking their shoes. And I'm like shouting from the other room, I stepped in it. I'm cleaning it up. Yeah. Well, that was fun.
It's Steven's house. I'm sure he's seen worse.
He's done worse.
Yeah, he's done worse.
Yeah, but he ain't cleaned it up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Women's work.
That's right.
But that was Friday night. So the dog shit in front of the door Thursday night and Friday night. So Saturday at the con, I told people, I said, because we were sharing a table, I was like, if he pisses me off today, I'm totally shitting by the front door and he's not going to know it's not the dog. Like, I'm going to take a human-sized dump by the front door and let him blame the dog for it.
Harold, don't put that bag out.
Don't stand with the food again, Ed.
If you tried to do that, Billy would have come by with Nikki Nicole and tried to do it.
Oh my God. Now, can I go back here? Hold on a minute.
And that, people, is what we call a callback.
Yeah.
Kevin had some freaking hilarious stuff that he wrote. I have to go back and find it. He said, "Is this why Nikki's not been back to Legion's Con?"
It was her last one. Yeah.
He said, "Wonder if she's telling that story from her perspective on the Savage Crystal."
You want to talk about Savage? Listen to this.
Man, those freaking Mythic guys are crazy. And they smell like shit. Man, all they do is take dumps in the room at the hotel. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
That's great. William says, I've slept in military barracks. I've never heard anything like this. Oh, it's fucking great. Same. I can't even see the screen. My eyes are like teary-eyed. Like everything's like, I'm like, Jesus. Just need a rag. I can keep wiping my eyes. Oh, good times. Good times, guys.
Curtis, did you ask Billy about that? Like why he did that?
No.
Did you bring
It's
that up?
Billy being Billy. It's not really no rational explanation.
Billy's like listening, but he's like in the shower listening to the crying game right now. Like
I've made it a point of trying to not get inside Billy's head. That's just not a place I feel comfortable with. So, yeah.
Billy had a wild weekend that weekend too.
He, yeah.
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 Greg, you killed Brad. You killed him.
So, your story that you were telling about, like, at least Ryan was like filling up the tank with, well, maybe in increments, right? Like, I got zero gas money from Billy, but he got a case of wine from Mark Halseal. A case, not one bottle. Billy, like 12 bottles of wine from Mark Halseal offered me $0 in gas. So,
wow.
God. Did he at least leave you a bottle of wine on?
Oh, Billy.
No.
Dude, I can totally see Curtis like wringing Billy's neck, like, "Whoa, Billy."
Like one of those cartoons where it just goes, and the head gets big.
He was like during the weekend though, like because that was the week the first Legion's Con where I didn't have a table, and so we were just helping Len. he was great, man. Like if you needed a water, he would run get a water, and he was helping out. He was making sales and stuff. So like throughout the weekend, he was awesome. I just would never travel with him again.
It says taking a shit in front of people is common in Mississippi. Well, maybe that's why he just thought it was nonchalant to bring Nikki up.
There you go.
He's just like,
I'd have murdered him.
I would have murdered him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I probably would have been like, "Hey, Nikki, everybody, I'm going number 2.
Yeah,
I'll meet you guys.
Why don't you hand me the wipes in my bag?"
I was
Hey,
like,
Billy, I'm going to go take a shit. Don't bring any girls to the room.
right. I didn't think I had to say that, but apparently I did. I was like,
Anybody to the room.
I was like Han Solo.
Every
Yeah,
time-
we're
every
fine. We're all
time-
fine in here. How are you?
How are you?
To think about it, Billy and Nicole probably stayed down in the lobby for like 10 minutes waiting for the elevator to even come down to get them to go back up.
Yeah.
Right?
Look, everybody's like, yep.
No,
Yeah,
you're gonna want to come up with me, Nikki. You're gonna want to see him. Like he's been excited to meet you. Like this is the perfect time for sure. Come on up. Yeah.
He told me he was going to go take a shit, but I'm sure he's done with that.
I'm not even going to tell him I'm coming.
Yeah.
And see, that's the problem. You may have told him, but then you had to wait for the elevator so long that it delayed it. And it messed everything up. See what
Dude,
happens? Elevators mean everything.
That one elevator was a nightmare for everybody trying to
Nightmare.
leave. Like when everybody was like, it wasn't so bad getting in and stuff, but when everybody bought like, because you had all those people that year like buying wagons full of product, right? And like you have people trying to get out with all that, and so you can only fit like 2 people in the elevator because of all the product that they got with them. And yeah, it was rough.
And then that was when the hotel or when the elevator broke down, right? Like
Yeah, the one elevator broke down.
that
so
was
there
the
only one
hotel
working.
was like the one where like your card would stop working like every other time
Yes.
you went to
Yeah, you had to keep
So
going
you
down
get
and
up
get it
in the
re-imaged.
elevator,
Yeah.
get to your door, and the fucking thing wouldn't open.
Right.
And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like I'm losing my fucking mind here. I need a new card. I think I got 3 cards that week. Like I had a
Same.
great card.
See, Angie and I missed out on all that because we didn't stay in the event hotel.
Oof,
I
that
mean,
was-
every time I've gone to my room the last 2 years, I come around the corner. There's already an elevator door open. It's waiting for me to go into. It's just like,
Yeah.
this is nice. Like it's just like, oh, this is you're like great. Or you hit a button and the door opens and you're like, oh, this is great. They just go in there. So we have it nice now. We really do.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
That hotel is really nice.
it is. Now, here's a question. When do you think we outgrow the new hotel?
I don't know.
I don't think we will for a while.
Yeah, I think this is it.
So, even though,
yeah.
like, because already there's a lot of people asking for tables and there's no more space. But to go bigger, I think would take away from the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Jeremy said that.
I don't
They
think
want it to
now
get
we
too
don't,
big.
we don't have the whole entire hotel, right? I mean,
Now
have,
we do.
do we have
Yeah,
it
we do
now?
now.
Okay, so this will be the first year where like the
Last
whole
year.
hotel.
Last year was.
Okay, last year
Yeah,
was. Okay.
we didn't. I think last year we didn't have the whole hotel at the beginning. They
And
opened up a block and then they kept adding, and eventually took over the whole thing. This year we got it. I think right from the get go. It's just the whole thing. So,
Yeah, and that's cool because I know that first year we shared it with the wedding people.
dude,
Yeah.
that was fun when they came
was
in.
fun.
It
And
was.
like we just started this like standing ovation for him and stuff. Like, yeah.
I think I said that last episode. I think that lady will always. I know they thought
Oh,
we
yeah.
were weird. I know they. In fact, I know they thought we were weird.
They're
but
probably
now
on a YouTube show right now talking about that. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere.
They're
Yeah.
like, dude, these all these people.
They
Strangers,
kept getting
no
stuck
idea.
in that back fireplace area, and they couldn't get out of it because we had surrounded them
Oh,
on all sides.
yeah.
And I could tell. I actually think she thought we were making fun when we gave her the standing ovation, which is absolutely.
No, I think she ate it up, dude. She was smiling ear to ear.
Yeah. I think at first she was like, "What the fuck's going on?" But then I think it
Yeah.
like hit her that like,
Yeah.
"Wow, all these strangers are like
Yeah,
just laughing."
yeah my mom
Where
was
were
not-
they? Where were they holding their party? What in what
Uh,
room was?
No, it was that the reception was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were just
Staying
staying.
They were
there.
just staying
Gotcha.
at the hotel. So you could see all these people leave in like nice suits and whatnot.
Yeah,
and then
so I
later
think
on,
it was like the groomsmen in the bridal party and stuff. They all stayed at that
now
hotel.
some of them did hang out with us and kind of, like, hey, what's down there, or whatnot. But I had a few of those people do that this year. Like, what? Can I walk down there? And I'm like, do it. Like they thought they couldn't walk down there. Like they thought that was like you had to pay or something to walk down the hallway. And I'm like,
Right.
no. Check it out.
It was rough. I think I put 500 miles on my car that weekend because my mom was in the hospital. I was back
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
hospital and back so many times. It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Anybody in that bathroom and that dude absolutely died in there? Like somebody fucking died in that bathroom downstairs.
No, I was not. I was not there for that, but I know on Sunday when we were doing the shooting the shelf that weekend, that first year at the new hotel, the one guy was standing there peeing for like 5 hours. he didn't move from the urinal. Like people kept coming out and going, I don't. Something's going on. Like there's something weird. Like this guy's just standing there at the urinal for like 5 hours.
I knew who that was. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think he was lit up.
Is that the suspected toe tapper?
Yeah. Because they said that you would go to like if you went to go pee next to him and kind of get one of those.
Is he unloading his pouch?
I don't know.
Usually somebody unloaded something though, man, because it was the most ungodly smell in there that I've ever. It was unholy. It was. I couldn't. I had to go, and I'm like, I'm gonna go up to the room.
So is this the bathroom right by where?
Right off the floor.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Where all the figures were like displayed, kind of right off.
Okay. Yes, right there. Oh my god.
Yeah, because we set up there to do our show on Sunday, and like people were trying to go to the bathroom, and we're pulling them on to like talk on the show, and they're like, I just gotta pee, just let me go pee. Like, no, come on, yeah.
Now I kind of had a small embarrassing moment. Mike woke up early in the morning. He's in the bathroom. I wake up. I have to go to the bathroom, but Mike's in there. So I'm like,
so you went downstairs, got Nikki, brought her up.
I think I can go downstairs and make it to the public bathroom, but I guess I wasn't thinking it was Saturday, so the con starts. So all the people were in line already waiting to go to the con. So they're lined up in front of the bathroom.
Brad's walking by in his robe and slippers.
And I'm like I'm getting closer to the bathroom, and I'm
Y'all want to buy lunch?
A little bit, and I'm like, "Well, cheeks, don't fail me now," And someone's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, it was like, "Hey, get out of the way." I went in and I tried to be as quick as I could, so they thought I went number 1 and not number 2. But at that moment, I was like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, shit.
Hi there, nice to see you.
I mean, when I came back out, I'm like, I washed my hands, guys. It's all right.
Hugs are for everybody.
Yeah. Bring it in, bro. Bring it in. Just took a massive deuce, brother.
Broder's a noisy shit.
Broder's breakfast time. Broder's breaking bread.
Come out, everybody's giving you high fives for that number 2. High fives for that number 2.
I've never cried so much on a show.
Well, you missed out on
All
everything.
we
You
had to
should
do
have
was
been
talk
there.
about shit, and everybody loves it. That's just great. Love it.
That's great. Well, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're at 3 hours. Do you guys want to keep on going with this? I'm
actually gonna log off because I gotta make dinner for Frankie. So
I gotta get going too.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, I guess we go head it out. We can end it. What the hell?
It was fun.
I'll see you guys around in the chats and stuff.
Rob.
You guys have a good night.
Rob.
Bye, guys.
Take care, bud. Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, peoples. I am so thankful that y'all came on and like I said, we thought it was going to be a boring show, and here it was the most exciting show we've ever had. So we're gonna do this more often. We're just gonna just cancel
several people. And,
I'm gonna start canceling shows. Like, hey, you can't be on, and then we'll just invite everybody.
We do it again. We tell the exact same stories.
I mean, we can. I mean, come on. It's good time.
I'll send an invite to Billy next time.
Oh, please do.
We'll just change the stories and change the names. I mean,
I know I'm going to get a freaking phone call from Ryan K. Anthony.
Yeah,
that Billy becomes Curtis.
That's what we do. We just get the perspective from the other people in our stories.
So that would be great.
You bring Ryan K. Anthony on. You bring Billy. You bring Nikki.
Malcolm.
Angie.
Yeah.
I can see Ryan right now. Brad was out until 2 a.m. every night.
He
never called. Never called. He was at Greg's. He never said he was going to be at Greg's all night.
He wanted to eat gross gas station food.
Yeah. He got mad because I didn't fill up the tank.
To the very end.
Who doesn't like
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A?
McDonald's, and I wanted to eat Chick-fil-A, and he screamed at me because I don't like greasy food.
We need to animate these stories and put them in a collection.
Oh,
yeah. He needs to learn how to tuck people in better.
That's true.
He wanted to tuck his ass in, and I had to watch it.
I know.
I stood there and I looked.
I
at
go
him
upstairs and she goes,
"What the
"Did you
fuck?"
just fucking tuck him in?" I go, "I did."
I'm like, I was baffled, completely baffled. I was like,
"I can't believe you tucked in a grown man." I was like, he was staring at me like a vampire. I was like, "Well, good night."
It was that or drive a stake through his heart. So I went with the tuck.
Lauren's probably like, "You tucked in a grown man. Don't touch me."
Well, I thought I don't want this freaking Alicia's bro to freaking
Alicia's bro.
To cover him up, man. Vampire.
I made some Chick-fil-A.
Oh my gosh!
Did you
Waking
just
up in the
tuck
middle of the
him
night like
in?
Nosferatu?
I know.
I need Chick-fil-A.
I will find that Chick-fil-A on exit 214.
Oh my god.
We have in 2 weeks.
Yes.
We have David Luden on 513.
Oh yes, David Newton. If you don't know David, he is AKA the Pin Man.
The Pin Man.
The guy that has all the pins. He has a whole backpack filled with Mythic Legion pins.
I do recall the backpack.
He is a pin connoisseur. And he's an Ohio guy.
He's good.
Met him at Legion's Con.
Good people.
Good peep. So we're going to pick his brain. We can't wait to have David.
Nice.
I just seen David last Tuesday at the
meetup.
Yeah.
not Newton.
I thought it was Newton.
No, it's Luton.
It's not. Maybe it is Luton. I spelled it wrong.
It is Luton. L-E-W-O-N.
Oh boy.
Luton.
Hold up.
I put
Newton.
I think it's gluten free.
It's gluten.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
go. There we go. Did I fix it? I think I fixed it.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool.
Didn't capitalize your L though, but that's what
I know. I'm like, yeah, it's on. It's on.
He did capitalize the L's in Legion's Lair, and that's what's important.
That is right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main part is capitalized. Important.
Now, when we eventually have Ryan on the show,
oh God, that'll be great.
I want him to be there personally, so he'll have to spend the night.
Oh my God.
The night before the show, and I want you to film.
Leave some garlic out of that.
But at least you guys know that I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to let you sit there and just freeze. I've seen people grab people's freaking curtains off the wall and cover up at night at people's houses. So I figured, you know what? I'll just.
All I know.
I use pillows.
Brad's not picking him up though.
All I know.
In the morning, I'm like, get the hell out.
I've spent how many nights in a hotel with Brad, and never once has he cut me in.
Oh wow!
Never
Now
once.
the truth comes out.
I feel slighted.
It was
Damn,
It's
man.
so funny that when we came into Mike's room that one night at Legion's Con, they're like, the one guy when I showed the video, somebody commented, "Was Mike wearing his beanie cap in bed?"
I always wear it in winter.
And I was like, yes, he was wearing his beanie cap in bed. He was.
It's like Ebenezer Scrooge.
This bed beanie.
Oh man.
That was good stuff.
Brad with his
Oh,
titties and I in my cap had just settled down for a Legion's round.
Brad with his
Legion's
titties.
wear nap.
Did you say Brad and his titty?
Brad and his titties and I in my cap.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my
Nate Strong. You heard that. We want a Christmas book about titty pauldrons.
Work that in.
I think he can still sell the adult version on Amazon. I think it's still possible. I think it is.
Titties for Christmas. By
Hardback.
Nate Strong and Emil.
The two words that saved Christmas.
The 5 words to save Christmas. Titties, 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 titties.
That would save my Christmas.
Dude, I would laugh my ass off if this year's figure obscura is like the ghost of Christmas titties.
Oh my god.
That has to be a custom. Somebody must make the ghost of Christmas.
Yeah, don't post it in the cabal.
Nobody will see it anyway.
That's gonna be a secret gift. There's gonna be a titty in the bag.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Good time.
Wow.
We got to get that shirt made.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk to Curb. If Curb can't make it, I need someone to make it. It's going to need someone to make it.
Tall sizes, guys. Let's get tall sizes.
Yes, please.
Well, I'm going to send it to probably Motu Joe, and it'll probably be on Retro Rag's site. If what I'm hoping.
Motu's
for.
been getting some tall sizes now.
Yeah. 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 He said if it's not on the site, call him and he'll hook you up. So.
This
All right,
was
fellas. Jesus Christ,
Thanks,
I'm crying.
guys. I needed to laugh.
Yeah, I need to go wipe my eyes.
Safe trip, Curtis.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Have fun.
Everybody
you.
else, thank you. Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
God bless.
Later.
Boom.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah, God bless us, everyone.
Is it done?
I hit end stream.